everybody, and welcome back to Crime in Sports.
Yay!
Yay, indeed, Jimmy. Yay, indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmy Wisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another crazy edition of Crime in Sports, episode 501. Going to handle part 2 of Adrian Peterson. Things are starting to grow crazy. As we left off, his 2-year-old just died, I think.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, his young child just drowned in a pool while he wasn't around. And, he was being watched by, so it wasn't like he left him by the pool. It wasn't his fault.
I mean, he kind of did.
He left him with people, and they didn't watch him properly, apparently.
Yeah.
So that's not great. So that's where we left off. We'll pick up with that in a minute. Before we do, definitely head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for Small Town Murder live shows, and still some tickets left, a few, for the Your Stupid Opinions live show in Phoenix on March 21st at Stand Up Live. You definitely want to get to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. The Small Town Murder.
Wait.
Small Town Murder is sold out from there. Salt Lake City sold out. Denver, still a few tickets left for that on May 2nd. Buffalo sold out. Royal Oak, May 30th. A few tickets left for that. So get your tickets now. Come out and see us. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're very excited. Shutupandgivememurder.com was the place to find all that stuff. So get yourself Patreon as well. Patreon.com/crimeinsports, just like the name of this show. That is where you get all the bonus material. Real easy to do. Anybody $5 a month or above, you're going to be in, and you're going to have everything. All we could possibly muster. You're going to get hundreds of back bonus episodes you've never heard before as soon as you subscribe. Then you get new ones every other week. This week is no different. This week for Crime in Sports, we are going to talk about Patrick Beauger, I believe you say. His name. He was a boxer who also was in a biker gang and had a lot of murder stuff going on. It's a pretty wild story. We have a couple updates too. Then for Small Town Murder, we're going to talk about the trend of alpine divorces, they're calling it.
I can't wait to hear all about
makes
this.
it seem like a Sasquatch is involved when you say an alpine divorce. It's like you go give your wife to Sasquatch and she he takes her in a cave or something. But this is people just leaving their spouses' places.
Wow.
And not like at the grocery store, too. Like, a place where...
A destination.
Yeah. You take her on a cruise and then you get off on a dinghy in the middle of the night and you're gone and she wakes up to nothing. It's real weird stuff.
You've heard of a destination wedding. This is a destination divorce.
This is a destination.
Only one of them's attending it.
Leaving your ass somewhere place. So, yeah, it's wild stuff. We'll get into all that, and also you get that, too. You get everything we put out, all there with your Patreon subscription. Then you get all the regular shows we put out, Crime in Sports, Your Stupid Opinion, Small Town Murder, all ad-free with your Patreon as well. Yes. And you also get a shout-out at the end of the show where Jimmy will mispronounce your name and get it all messed up for you. So that'll be a lot of fun. It's good stuff there. Patreon.com/Crime in Sports. That said, let's dive in.
Here we go.
Back into Adrian Peterson. Like we said, he just lost a son, which is obviously horrible.
Yeah.
For anybody, that's going to be a tragic turn for you. I
don't know how anybody could silver line that shit.
No, unless there's something real wrong with you, that's got to mess you up pretty good for a while, I would think, unless you have a super huge mental issue, because
or you
can't imagine
wake up in the middle of the night a lot with that kid standing over your bed with a knife.
That would be if you were like Ted Bundy's mother. That might be different.
Like, well,
yeah.
At least now I can get sleep.
Yeah, but this was a very small child, so I don't think he was. I don't think too much cutlery at that point in his young life.
I think this is just a tragedy, no matter how we shake it.
This is just bad.
Also, don't shake babies.
Don't do that either, Jesus. As we'll find out other things you shouldn't do to babies here and young children throughout the rest of this episode. October 28th, 2013. This is after his child has died and all that kind of thing. There's a big fluff piece article on the faith of Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, he's got a lot of it, doesn't he?
Well, it's funny that the guy who has all this faith just keeps getting arrested. That's wild. It's really funny that he just cloaks himself in this horse shit all the time.
Well, faith doesn't replace morals or morality.
No. Well, it does if you're in the public spotlight. You can do that.
Sure.
You can get arrested a whole bunch of times, like he's done
verbally
for dumb shit. Yeah.
But it doesn't replace character.
Then your kid can die, and then for him, as much as it's horrible, obviously, that his kid died, this will also that also washes your public image.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what dumb shit you've done, if you get something tragic enough happens to you, people rally toward you.
Sure.
Not that Adrian would want that. I think he wouldn't mind, the bad PR if his kid was alive. But this could have washed his whole entire reputation. Everybody would have forgot about every dumb shit he's done so far. But instead, no. So he's gonna double down on this and talk about his faith and all of this shit here. He says, I work hard. I grind during the off season. He said that this past off season here, they said last Christmas Eve, the Vikings' final game of the season, he tore ligaments in his knee. And he said, immediately when I took the hit, I knew something was wrong. I felt 3 pops in my left knee. I just remember going down in so much pain, and this was the why quote, like Nancy Kerrigan.
3 pops, huh?
3 pops. He said, how am I going to bounce back from this? So he said that I was able to grab my thoughts of despair, is what he said, and get rid of them. He said, my dad came down from the stands and came into the locker room to talk to me, and I remember telling him, this is a blessing in disguise. I'll come back stronger and better than I was before. Yeah. He said, what flashed in his mind was, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And that right there was enough for me.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Surgery was a week later on January 1st. And then he's got the recovery process, and he did rehab during training camp. It didn't really play in the preseason, but he returned ahead of schedule. From what I hear, Jesus does wonders with ACLs. That's his best ligament, from what I understand.
Forefront of the industry.
Exactly. It's like there's like Tommy John surgery because the pitcher who had that done, and they usually call a real good ACL repair a Jesus Christ surgery. They call it the old JC. They said we're giving him. He's real good at that.
You get a doctor named Philip. That is your Philippians guy.
That's
Philippians? What are they?
Is it Don't look at me for Bible fucking guidance.
I believe that's
the
the quote for the all things through Christ our Lord. Shit.
Oh, well, there you go.
I don't know what fucking chapter or verse, but I think that's the book.
Including miraculous knee injury rehabs.
Yeah.
He apparently is interviewed by Tom Bering, who is a 700 Club reporter, and that's the Pat Robertson.
Oh, boy.
The Pat Robertson Lunacy Network, I like to call it.
Gave them
PRLN.
An exclusive?
He's talking to them, yeah. This is wild, man. They said, can you give us an example in the recovery where you have seen him companion you through this? They're not even referencing, they're not even saying so our listeners know who you're talking about, Jesus Christ. Him.
They just say him.
They know.
Yeah.
They know who him is on this channel. There's only one him. How have you seen him companion you through this? And Adrian said so many different times through the rehab where I was down spiritually. Stop finding Christ, athletes. It's bad. It's one of the rules of crime in sports. Yeah. I get people like religion.
In his knee?
That's what he said. Jesus popped out of my knee, and
wow.
He said so many different times through the rehab where I was down spiritually and just my body, mentally, things I had to do. There were different exercises to strengthen my leg that was painful that I didn't want to endure at the time. But you have those thoughts go through your head. You got the devil, and he's got those darts.
What thoughts?
That it's the devil coming for him. So you can choose to bite on those, or you can choose to just block them out. And then I'll finish the quote here. Okay. Just listen to the thoughts that God put in there. So
you can block those out too.
Any bad thoughts you have, which are human, number one, and also helpful, a lot of them sometimes. They keep you out of shit. Any of those things, that's the devil.
Right.
That's the devil, because you had a negative thought. Not that you're a human being, and that's how your brain works. And
you've got a conscience.
You're an analytical fucking whatever, an analytical
deep down
cyborg, essentially.
Yeah, deep down in your heart, people generally want to be good people. Circumstance and environment often lend to doing the opposite because you need to survive.
I'm not even talking about that shit. I'm just talking about, he's just talking about negative thoughts. Never mind, robbing liquor stores and killing Papa John's pizza men in shitty apartment complexes in Indianapolis as a reference to your stupid opinions. Never mind all that shit. This is just bad thoughts.
And I think that
being a human.
circumstance and environment requiring you to rob the pizza man, then the reason to kill is outrageous. There's no need to shoot the man over $27.
No. That's wild from what we found out later on about that. But this any negative thought shit is the devil. Is just
it's absurd.
It's the most childlike fucking insane, crazy dipshittery I've ever heard in my life. It's humans. You just break shit down. You analyze things and you find some shit's got negativity in it. Some shit's got positivity in it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get why
and sometimes you can turn that negative behavior and experience into a positive.
That's the thing. There's all of that in the mix.
The point is even if you do embrace that satanic lure, James, if you bite that chartreuse satanistic lure,
Satan dart. Yeah.
Hopefully
Satan
the consequence.
Spinnerbait, that's what that is. You get hooked on it. All right, I grab your lip and I hook you right away.
Satan stink bait.
Spinnerbait. It's a chartreuse Satan spinner. It's good for largemouth bass and Satan. That's what they're good for.
And for me when I'm at a strip club at 3 a.m.
In a lake. Yeah, you never know. Exactly.
But the point is, like, sometimes you can fuck up, man, and you can take that. Hopefully your consequences aren't so bad that it takes you a lifetime to recover. But sometimes you can take that shitty experience, giggle about it, and then turn it into a positive and be good about things.
I agree. Well, I mean, and some people, if Jesus or whatever they want to believe in helps them do that, whatever. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Don't tell me about it, but whatever works for you is fine. You know what I mean? I don't care. If you say, man, I've had such a shit time, and then I'm telling you, I turned to Satan, and boy, my life has turned around. I go, great, good for you. I don't fucking care. Good for you.
You know what, James? Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
And I'm goddamn proud of it.
But I give no one any extra credit one way or the other for either of those. I don't care. Whatever
just don't hurt anybody.
Shit makes your mind work better, great. Who cares? I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Enjoy. But he says...
Let the suffering be your own.
Yes. But he said without him doing this recovery, him meaning...
Without him.
Capital H. I had no chance at all. Yeah. No chance to do this on my own. No football players ever recovered from a knee injury without Jesus, Jimmy. It's never happened, obviously.
It's all Kimbo Slice needed. He'd still be alive today.
Thousands of players have come back from this injury. Must have been Jesus in all of them. None of them could have possibly endured on their own. Weird. He kept my mind at ease doing the rehab. For me, because I've used this principle my whole life, it was so easy to buy into it and know that you put this in God's hand, have faith, that simple process, your principles that you have, having faith and believing. That's what he said.
Yeah.
He just put together a word salad because it's silly. So
a pandering word salad. When really all it is you're still youthful and can recover from things.
Yeah, you're youthful and a top-tier athlete who came from both your parents are top-tier athletes. You are
so your body's
0.0001% of fucking humans on this earth in terms of physicality. That's why
and you're probably going to rebound from an injury like that much easier than, say, I don't know, fat ass me.
Or some 60-year-old guy or something. Yeah. This is
If I shred this knee, James, you're on your fucking own.
Well, I'm not going to drag your ass through an airport. I'll tell you that much.
I might get a scooter. We might get first place.
You know what? Never mind. Jimmy, let's fuck up your knee.
Yeah.
We need that scooter. I think we could really cruise through.
I'm going to start practicing crossovers at the park every night.
I'm telling you. I could have used that shit in Atlanta yesterday. I could have used a fucking knee injury as I sprinted up a 2-story high escalator to barely make my flight because fucking TSA took 2 hours.
They'd have driven us there on a cart honking, beeping and screaming, "Get out of the way!"
Fat fuck's coming through, out of the way. So, and again, don't care if you're in religion. Great. I don't hold that against you. That's fine. I don't give a shit. If whatever works for you, whatever keeps you from fucking trying to kill me and rob my house, terrific. I don't give a fuck. But this guy is just, look at who you are and look at what shape you're in. Guys break their neck in situations where no one would ever walk again, and then they're walking in 3 months because they were insanely well-conditioned athletes at the time. So their bodies are in better shape.
That Bird guy, didn't he get back to walking eventually?
Yeah, I believe so. And there's a bunch of examples of that, of guys who were supposed to.
Yeah, he definitely did because he was driving a car, crashed it, and died.
So, there you go. But there's tons of examples of guys who were told that, but because of the shape they're in, they recover just fine.
Bounce back eventually.
You know? Yeah. It's even crazy. Yeah. Even the wrestler Magnum TA broke his neck. They said, you're never going to walk again. He was fine. Didn't wrestle anymore, obviously, but he was totally fine after that because he was in not fine, but he recovered and walked because he was in amazing shape. Had a fucking 23-inch neck or something. So.
Yeah. There's a lot of muscles in there that are helping brace that break rather than letting it just explode and
totally it holds
chain reaction break every vertebrae all the way down to your fucking tailbone.
Yeah, and if you're in great shape and your body's conditioned for it, it recovers a lot faster too. Yeah. And he was on a bunch of steroids, which I'm sure didn't hurt either.
Probably not.
Probably helped him in that situation. Yeah. So this is the question he gets next. What has Jesus Christ done for you? What does he mean to you? Capital H again. Tell me about your relationship you have with him. And he says, this answer, it's almost like he didn't expect the question.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, one of those answers like a politician before they figure out what their angle's going to be. He said, Jesus Christ, he means the world to me. I'm sorry. That's fucking hilarious.
Jesus Christ. He means the world to me.
I mean, he means the world to me. I mean, what can you say about Jesus that hasn't been said already? He's a nice guy and, clean people's feet, I think, at one point. He did say,
Jesus Christ, and then realized who he was talking to.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He means the world to me. Damn. Yeah. Goddamn. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, he means the world to me. So many different situations I've been through my childhood and now my adulthood. Again, word salad. I lost my brother at a young age. Here you go. Here's specifics. He got hit by a car right in front of me. I had to be strong for my mom. I held my tears and held her and comforted her during that time. God just helped me get through that and made me stronger at a young age.
Yeah.
Jesus taught him to suppress emotions.
Yeah,
keep it down.
That shit. It's not bad for you at all.
Swallow it. He said, through all the adversity and the hard times I've been through, God has always been present. I've always prayed to him and asked him to give me the strength to endure and to help others and to better understand their situation or whatever the situation I deal with in my personal life. And he has always showed up. Yeah, Jesus doesn't call in sick a lot, I would think. He'd be...
It's pretty amazing. He's got a...
Good track record.
A 3,000-year streak of just showing up.
HR is very happy with his production, I believe. He's, no long lunches.
No, perfect attendance every year.
Every once in a while, he'll get lost in the desert for a while. You can't, it'll happen, but he'll be back.
And the end of the year awards, though, we get that one out of the way first, because everybody knows it's coming.
Yeah. He makes it up. Yeah, he makes it up. And then finally, he closes this out with, let's give them it in their own words on this one. I think this one is so pious, it really needs it in their own words, or else we won't know what he's talking about here. Okay. In their own words, quote, it brings hope and peace of mind knowing that God gave his only begotten Son for us. I'm able to look back now and know that on this day, Jesus was born and gave us the opportunity to have eternal life. No matter how many flaws we have, our God is so forgiving and understanding. He'll never leave you or forsake you. So that brings peace to me.
Yeah.
I'm sure it does, Adrian. Terrific. So he ends up, playing this year and not having a bad year, you would think, like with all the shit that's going on in 2013. He did end up with 1,266 yards that year, which is
solid.
Any other running back would be thrilled with that. So,
and how many games did he play?
14. He only missed the first two.
Not even the whole year.
Played 14. He averaged 4.5 a carry, which again, any running back would be pretty goddamn happy with. September 12th, 2014, beginning of the next year. Here is The Observer, a newspaper. They do a 60-second interview with Adrian Peterson.
What is that?
Quick one, quickie. It's in the newspaper.
Yeah, 60 but how many fucking questions can you get out in 60? Does like the time 4. Stop when he answers?
I think they have him on a ticking clock. Even if he's halfway through his last answer, they're like, sorry, Adrian.
Sorry, AP.
It's all, it's all the time we have today. Sorry. But
when did you see him? Click.
What is time? This is a newspaper. I don't understand. Nope, sorry. He's in the car starting. Adrian's like, what the fuck? You just hear engine noise and tires peeling out.
60-second interview.
They said, how did playing football as a young man give your life focus and direction? He said, I was the kind of kid who always gave it my all. If I had a goal, I kept it in sight. That drive for getting to the end zone was always true for me off the field, too. I'm a results-driven kind of guy.
Right.
He doesn't sound like he said that, by the way. It doesn't sound like something he would say. It sounds like something he wrote down.
Something he got a hold, yeah. Or it sounds like they got a hold of his publicist.
Or his publicist,
We're going to do an interview with Adrian Peterson. We're just going to cut him out of it. We'll get the middleman out.
Yeah. Just submit the questions ahead of time, and we'll give you a written answer.
We'll only answer to the middleman.
Yeah. Was your teenage football experience in Texas like Friday Night Lights? It's the big scene. The whole week builds for it. And he said, it's true that football in Texas is a big deal, a really big deal. But for me, it was more about the hard work in the game rather than the drama.
Yeah.
And I'm just so focused. I left the drama to the other guys and kept my eye on the game. He said, you're considered the best running back in the NFL. When did you first notice your super speed?
Okay.
This sounds like a fawning. This sounds like Stalin's personal newspaper man. So when did you realize that your penis was so amazingly large and that you're so virile? Well, I mean, I always knew that. When did you notice that you were the best at fucking, you could dunk a basketball from the foul line? Yeah. Well, Stalin was famous for dunking a basketball.
When did you notice your super speed? I'm 3 years into being the best running back in the league. I've known this for several years. Yeah, 7 years
this
in?
This is his eighth year.
This is crazy.
I knew it a long time.
I've known this for a very long time.
He said, my mom always said that as soon as I learned to walk, I was off and running. Okay. They said your own food allergy sparked your involvement with a campaign to raise awareness about life-threatening allergic reactions. Oh. How serious is your shellfish allergy?
Oh, it's shellfish, huh?
He said, all food allergies are serious and should be taken that way. I experienced anaphylaxis after eating foods that I had eaten in the past. It wasn't until then that I knew I had a life-threatening allergy or what to do. Now, with the Ready to Go campaign, I'm paying it forward by educating others about the fact that life happens, and if you have life-threatening allergies, you got to be prepared. Well, where's Jesus in this? He can fix your ACL, but he can't make you able to eat a fucking little neck clam? What's happening right now? This is bullshit. No snow crab legs for Adrian? Yeah. Wow. That's what I'd be praying for. What the fuck? What's something most people don't know about Adrian Peterson? He said, I love playing pro ball, but the most fun I ever had was playing football in high school.
Yeah.
So that's
simpler life.
2014, Vikings are 7-9. That's mediocre as fuck. Yeah. Let's see what we got for quarterbacks this year. Who was this? This was the Teddy Bridgewater. That's his rookie year. So he started most of those games. We know how that worked out.
Yeah.
Not a bad quarterback, but injured as fuck. And
he's
always
I'll go the opposite. He's a fucking terrible quarterback. He played in Denver
healthy,
for a minute.
Okay. Well, that was after all those injuries, though. When he was like a rookie, he wasn't terrible.
When he was young, with all that hope and
gleam in his eye,
being little gleam.
Jesus must have abandoned him when he was. Because he could
non-believer, James. God damn it.
That's what happened. Son of a bitch. He couldn't recover. That's what happened. He just couldn't get back there. So 2014, he has, like I said, a pretty damn good year. Not bad. But September 12th, 2014, which, by the way, is, I believe, the same day interview came out with him talking about his shellfish allergies. It's him in a suit holding a football with a big smile.
Yeah.
He's also indicted and turns himself in.
So his publicist set up that interview to try to distract and circumvent. Yeah,
we're gonna get two articles on you in the paper. One's not going to be great. The other's going to be really fun. I think you're going to like it. It's only takes 60 seconds.
People see you right up the middle.
Yeah, it'll only take 60 seconons. That's why he was on the way to turn himself in. That's why he only had 60 seconds.
Not a lot of time right now.
Not a lot of time. There's a warrant out for my arrest. I got to go. So they said a warrant issued Friday for the arrest of Vikings running back Adrian Peterson after a grand jury in Texas indicted him for reckless or negligent injury to a child.
Yeah, this one is so bad.
This is fucked up. And when this was going on, the amount of people that were like with a camera in front of them and a microphone saying that this was fine was shocking.
Unbelievable.
I mean, it was a very similar group of people from very similar places, I should say.
It was a Southern raised group.
That's
and
what it all was.
The amount of
Texas
people
and
Alabama,
Mississippi. This is very normal. Which I'm not saying that's the only place people beat the shit out of their kids.
No.
Because I from an Italian family, I don't think there was a lot of. I mean, I got the shit beaten out of me when I was a kid. That was fine. You know what I mean?
We had a belt, an old belt that the guy didn't wear anymore, on the back of the pantry door, and it had jingle bells on the door. So when you heard those jingle bells, you knew you were about to get your ass kicked.
Yeah. No, my grandfather had a similar thing, but his was the barber strap.
It's
That
a rigid ass. Yeah,
he was a barber.
Sucks so much.
He didn't ever hit me with that. I think my mom would have stabbed him in the throat if he did that. But my other grandmother, boy, she worked me over good. So Italian grandma, that's a whole other. She's from a whole other time. She rode around on literally in carts with donkeys and shit when she was a kid. They didn't even have cars around there. So, like I said, weirdo foreigners, I kind of give them a pass. But if you grew up in this country.
She hadn't even heard the milk does a body good campaign.
No. They were hiding from the SS, for Christ's sake. A backhand was really the least of their concerns at that point. Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show and tell you about a better, faster, awesome way to eat with Factor.
Factormeals.com.
Absolutely. It's getting warm out here, everybody. Yeah. It's coming. It's coming. Mm-hmm. Spring's around the corner, and, it's all eating well. It's not optional at this point. No. You're going to get out there and want to look good. You're going to have shorts on and T-shirts and that kind of thing. And Factor is how you can stop letting a busy schedule be an excuse. There's fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs, ready in 2 minutes. No planning, no cooking. Don't stand in front of the fridge with your jaw open, go, I don't know what to do.
Wondering.
Getting some other fast food, or don't do that.
Have a plan.
Get this. It's excellent stuff. We love these meals. I know your daughter is crazy for them. What's the favorite?
It's so easy with the chicken. They have chicken meals. They have the proteins, the high proteins. They have salmons. They have chicken with green beans and potatoes. It's terrific stuff, and it's very easy and very quick to make.
It's excellent if you have kids or if you're on the move or just you just want a good meal without a lot of time and hassle. Quality, functional ingredients, including lean proteins, colorful vegetables, whole ingredients, healthy fats, no refined sugars, no artificial sweeteners, no refined seed oils, meals that fit your goal and schedule, healthier eating, calorie management, more protein. 100 rotating weekly meals keep things fresh and delicious throughout any season. Options include high protein, calorie smart Mediterranean diet, GLP-1 support, and ready to eat salads. Plus, the new Muscle Pro collection supports strength and recovery. Perfect if you're getting back into a workout routine. It's always fresh, never frozen, ready in about 2 minutes. No prep, no stress, so you can actually stick to your goals. Head to factormeals.com/CrimeInSports50 off and use the code CrimeInSports50 off to get 50% off and free breakfast for a year. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor.
Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you how to get better wireless service for a whole lot less money with Mint Mobile.
MintMobile.com.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know about everybody out there, but I kind of like, and we kind of like keeping our money where we know where it is. You know,
it's
what
terrific.
I mean? Where we can see it. Unfortunately here, these traditional big wireless carriers, they seem to be hanging on to a lot of our money too. And this is what's wrong. After years of overpaying for wireless, finally, we said that's enough here. Mint Mobile is the way to go. None of this stuff, these bogus fees and huge bills and free perks that are actually expensive. No. We switched to Mint Mobile and are saving a ton of money. We're talking a ton of money. A lot, not just $5. We're talking like almost $100 a month. It's a lot you're saving. Stop overpaying for wireless just because that's how it is and that's how it's always been. Mint exists to fix that. That's the That's what we're doing here. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you with premium wireless that starts at $15 a month.
Wow.
Amazing. All plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Bring your own phone, bring your number, activate with eSIM in minutes and start saving immediately. No long-term contracts, no hassle. Ditch the overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. It's ridiculous not to. The service is fantastic. I've never encountered a place that, Mint Mobile doesn't work. None of that. It works great. The network's huge, and the price is just unbelievable. It's the best, and there's no reason not to do it. So you should too. If you like your money, Mint Mobile is for you. Shop plans at mintmobile.com/crime-in-sports. That's mintmobile.com/crime-in-sports. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, 5 gigabyte plan required, equivalent of $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Now back to the show.
But if you grew up in a certain era, I guess, in the South, it's the same way. But I don't know. I saw people get beat up a lot when I was a kid, and I got smacked around, and I didn't say, that's what the kids need. I've never touched either one of my fucking kids. It's crazy.
The switch whipping, though, is like...
With a weapon, it's wild.
It's above and beyond, though, because they don't go get a stick. They get it's a whip.
And it's also
a fucking whip.
It's also on purpose psychological trauma. More psychological trauma you're inflicting on purpose.
Go pick the thing I'm going to beat you with. It's
exactly.
So fucked up.
And then have that. It's very fucked up. That's what's fucked up about it. It's really messed up. And they've done a million studies that's way worse than if you just whack your kid spontaneously. And it's way worse to hit them with an object also and all that kind of thing. So, it's one thing if your kid runs out into traffic.
Right.
You might want to grab and smack them on the ass real quick. Go, don't ever do that again. You're going to hit by a fucking car. They're going
What's wrong with you?
They've got a screwdriver headed for the fucking outlet or something. Maybe that's a smack at that point to go, stop what you're doing, just to shock them so they don't do what they're about to do. That's going to hurt them worse.
This is still, even anything that I do is going to be minimal compared to the damage that they're going to inflict on themselves.
It's like a surgery. Like, we're going to cut you open and rip you out a little bit, but at least it's not, this is going to be way worse if we leave it in there. It's almost that sort of thing. But
also, it's going to be way worse if you try to perform this shit at home with a fucking butter knife.
It's so weird. So he traveled to Texas to turn himself in. He was booked in the county jail, and I think he did that interview while he was in Texas. He posted a $15,000 bond and was out in 30 minutes. He will not play at the game against the Patriots, which I'm sure the Vikings are pretty pissed off about. He's been deactivated. He's not suspended. He's going to still be paid as officials investigate. Okay. They obtained a draft of the police report, which says that Peterson admitted that, in his words, he did, quote, whoop one of his children last May while the child was visiting him at his home near Houston. The punishment happened after Peterson's son pushed another of Peterson's children off a motorbike video game, the report says. That
was the infraction?
That was the major thing, I don't get that. Yeah.
Boy.
Seems like that's a good time for it. If you're a parent, you should look at that as, okay, here's an opportunity for a teaching situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going to take both these kids and I'm going to sit them down and bore the fuck out of them and also threaten them at this point. This is as a father when you threaten. When you sit down, you talk to them, you tell them why it's wrong, and then you go, and if you ever do it again, I'm going to smack the shit out of you. You're not really going to do it. But this is why it's wrong, and this is why you shouldn't do it again.
Perfect empty threat opportunity.
Perfect empty threat opportunity.
For fear.
You keep doing that to him, I'll do that to you at the end after. That's what happens, but you don't actually do it.
I didn't realize it was a shove off a fucking rad mobile. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's
wow.
So during a Skype session with his mom back in Minnesota, the 4-year-old boy asked if he could tell. 4? No, I'm 4. You can't even.
Right.
Okay. What I was saying was for like a 10-year-old, you'd sit him down and go, "Hey, 8, listen, don't do that. And if you do it again, you don't want me to smack you, do you?
Right.
You know?" And you wouldn't do it. A 4-year-olds just do that. You sit down and
push kids.
You explain that that's not okay, and the amount of times you have to redirect a 4-year-old is amazing. I mean,
also the amount of times you have to repeat yourself to a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Because they don't fucking know. Yeah.
No, I saw there's a study. A smart dog is as smart as a 4-year-old. A 4-year-old and a pretty intelligent dog are the same.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and a dog will still shit in the house once in a while. So you know what I'm saying? It happens. Yeah. So the 4-year-old asked if he could tell her mom something or tell his mom something, and Adrian said, "Go ahead and tell her and show her what happened." So he said, "Go ahead, show her." So the boy said he got a whooping with a switch. A 4-year-old, you got to hit with a fucking object.
But James, it's.
I get
that
it, but
sentence is so minimal compared to what he really did.
I know,
it's so fucked up.
But even if you just take it as this, you got a stick and hit a 4-year-old with it.
Yeah,
he's 4. Wow. When he returned to Eden Prairie, the mother took him to a doctor. The doctor told investigators, they have to by law, they have to tell him about abuse that leaves fucking marks.
Right.
The doctor told the investigators the boy had a number of lacerations.
Cuts.
Fucking cuts. This is, if you ever seen Roots, this is what we're talking about.
This is areas crazy. Of his body. Oh, Jesus.
Maybe not the same as Roots, but lacerations on a child's back is crazy. Right. Even fucking, even the goddamn fucking slave people in Roots didn't do this to 4-year-olds.
Right.
This is crazy. So the doctor told investigators that the boy had a number of lacerations on his thighs, along with bruise-like marks on his lower back and buttocks, and cuts on his hand. Defensive wounds. That's what that is.
And I mean, when it happened, I remember a report that the switch wrapped around his leg and hit him in the testicles.
Yes.
Was he doing this to a naked child?
If it wraps around and hits you in the balls, I don't think you have to be naked.
But how do you get lacerations through pants?
That's a good question. If they're denim's going to be difficult to lacerate through.
Drop your pants and hit them with a weapon.
That's wild.
Fuck everything bad that happens to you. I don't care.
And I know we're going to have people listen that disagree with that somehow.
There's no fucking way you can disagree with that.
Fucking, I remember so many people on television, people with college degrees sitting on television. I mean, they played football, so the degrees are shaky, but still, I believe
Charles Barkley came
Michael
to his
Irvin.
defense. Loud.
Yeah, Michael Irvin, I believe. The Sharps, or Shannon at least, I believe. If I'm not
Shannon,
I'm not that one. I don't quote me on Shannon. Right. I believe Michael Irvin though was one that was like, yeah, that's what happens.
No, it does not.
No,
you do not take a child's pants off and hit them.
Well, we also know about Michael Irvin's upbringing was much different. Michael Irvin, there was like 12 kids and they had no fucking money and all that, and it was nobody had any education. That I could see. You have millions of dollars. You don't have to beat your kids. You can hire someone to have to lecture them if you want to.
Right.
What are you doing? That's crazy.
If you have to hit so hard to get through pants to make a laceration. So there's no fucking way this child was wearing a
I can't imagine hitting a 4-year-old. And a 4-year-old is a fragile little thing. They're fragile.
Oh boy.
My nephew's 4, the younger one.
Yeah.
He's fucking fragile.
Those might be my favorite
crush
children.
him.
Yeah.
I could crush his body if I wanted to. With my physicality, I could rip him limb from limb. He's so fragile. I think that's
the fun part about them, because the sheer arrogance of them not realizing how fucking little they are.
They're like cocky drunks coming out of a bar at 2 a.m. Like, who wants a piece of me, motherfucker? What's up?
Yeah.
Hey, nice pussy. Yeah. I said you girls got a nice pussy. What are you going to do about it? Like, that's the 4-year-old. They're
fun to trip in the grass.
yeah. They're not going to hurt themselves.
No.
You should then pick them up and beat them with a stick. How about that?
They're fun to pants and smash with a flimsy stick.
I can't imagine taking my 4-year-old nephew and beating him with a stick. I can't imagine doing it. That'd be wild. Or my children when they were 4. But this is a current 4-year-old that I'm thinking about. And I'm like, he's so little. He's so fragile.
That's his brother, lashing, man. It's so fucked up.
It's fucked, man. So the police report said the doctor described some of the marks as open wounds and termed it child abuse. Another examiner agreed, calling the cuts extensive. So the report also states the 4-year-old had been hit with a belt.
That's what they said it was? With a belt?
Also, in addition
my God.
to the switch. We're talking a switch and a belt. That's why the balls got hit, because a belt wraps around.
Okay.
and that Peterson put leaves in the boy's mouth while he was being hit with the switch with his pants down.
Pants off.
Unbelievable, man.
Oh my God.
The child told the mother that Adrian likes belts and switches and has a whooping room. A whooping room.
A specific place.
Like some sort of secret police or something.
Yeah.
That's insane. This is where
like
we
he's
sweat people. Yeah. That's fucking crazy. Photographs from the Houston police report showed pictures of the injuries. Another showed Peterson demonstrating the kind of switch he used. I didn't write here about this. It's like a baseball player show. You know those old pictures of Babe Ruth when he's like showing a guy his bat? I think it's one of those. Like, yeah, I use this to beat my kid with.
Oh, boy.
The report also includes text messages between Peterson and the boy's mother. First, he texted her, "You will be mad at me about his leg." Dude, I don't know how she wasn't on a plane at that point. I'm going to stab you about his leg, motherfucker. You're going to wish your ACL was the only thing wrong with you when I get done with you.
Mad? I mean, you're going to jail.
Yeah, no shit. Then he texted, quote, "He got about 5 pops more than normal." Or 5 more. 5 more pops than normal. He didn't drop 1 tear. He's tough as nails. That means you beat him before, and he's decided that I'm going to take the prisoner approach, which is, think about a 4-year-old already doesn't even have an appropriate emotional reaction to something that should be scary because they've had it tempered into them already. At 4.
Oh, Adrian.
Now think about that psychology. Put that in a 25-year-old full-grown fucking man, and you got a problem. You know what I'm saying?
You've got a danger to society.
You got a problem. Either that or somebody with an insanely popular YouTube account. One of the two. Or both, I should say.
Incredible TikTok following.
Huge TikTok following.
Or, at minimum,
Also a
huge commissary account.
Well, that could be one or the other.
And a bunch of women trying to fuck him.
Yep. So in further text messages, Peterson allegedly said, "Never do I go overboard, but all my kids know, hey, daddy has the biggest heart, but don't play no games when it comes to acting right." When
I don't know why.
When investigators asked him about it, he told them that he regarded it as normal spanking and not excessive. He's like, "That's what I do."
Yeah.
And he told investigators, quote, "To be honest with you, I feel very confident with my actions because I know my intent." And that's when they asked him about if he would ever reconsider using switches in the future. He said that he would, quote, "never eliminate whooping my kids because I know how being spanked has helped my life."
Oh, my God.
Wow. I know how this is. Because I've never studied a psychology for 1 fucking second. Right. So, I know better. Okay. Wow. A grand jury seated earlier in the month decided not to charge Peterson, but the Montgomery County prosecutor, Phil Grant, said in a press conference that after seeing the photos of the injuries, the grand jury thought that Peterson went beyond reasonable discipline. He said, obviously, parents are entitled to discipline their child as they see fit, except for when that discipline exceeds what the community would say is reasonable. He also said whoever leaked the photos and documents will face punishment as well.
Oh, really?
But that's the reason why. Okay, wow. He said in the state of Texas, investigations of child abuse are confidential under the Texas Family Code. Now, we don't need to have pictures of a 4-year-old with his pants down out there, probably. No. But the report, I want to know who the fuck's beating their kids. Sorry, that shouldn't be confident. I get that it's to help the kid, but the kid doesn't have a public reputation. What are we talking about?
What? How does that?
Is that like hiding the victims of sexual abuse type of thing? Is that the same scenario? Probably. It's probably all falls under child abuse.
We don't hide the records of a parent who is an abuser. So why would we hide? I mean, or an adult that's a sexual abuser? What's the difference?
I don't get it. So they said it's inappropriate. It shouldn't have happened, and we're going to cooperate with law enforcement authorities to find out who did it, meaning leaking that shit. Yeah. I love when the leak is a bigger problem than it's like fucking
who's
the actual
Who
actions.
gives a shit?
Yeah,
Why'd you hit a child?
That's all that matters. He added that the case is in preliminary stages and will likely be several months until it's ready for trial. Mm-hmm. They said Now, Peterson's attorney said the indictment follows Adrian's full cooperation with authorities who have been looking into this matter. Adrian is a loving father who used his judgment as a parent to discipline his son. He used the same kind of discipline with his child that he experienced growing up in East Texas. Adrian has never hidden from what's happened. He has cooperated fully with authorities and voluntarily testified before the grand jury for several hours. Adrian will address the charges with the same respect and responsiveness that he has brought to this inquiry from the beginning. It's important to remember that Adrian never intended to harm his son and deeply regrets the unintentional injury. Well, you could have not had it happen by not hitting him with a stick. That's the end of it. That's how that would happen.
Deeply regrets. A guy's texted he got 5 more pops than usual, meaning
which more than one is usual.
Yeah.
And
if 10 is usual, he got 15. That's a lot.
That's a shitload.
How many do you hit a 4-year-old?
And he has a whooping room.
Yeah.
He made a room in his... Whatever you have a room in your house for is what you're really into. I knew an old man with a train room, real into fucking trains. You know, that's all he was into all the time. He wore a fucking conductor hat when he went out to dinner and shit, like super into trains. If you have a themed room, you're
really
way...
do that. Yeah.
That's your hobby, bro. That's what you're into. His hobby at this point is beating the shit out of his children.
Yeah, there's people that have theater rooms because they're cinephiles.
Yeah. 50 Shades of Grey. Dude had a fucking sex room. Why?
Yeah.
Super into that shit. Real into weird shit and bondage and things. And this is different. This is crazy.
You got a room to beat babies. You like to beat babies, man.
Wow. Now they're talking about the NFL recently unveiled a domestic violence policy, which stipulates a 6-game suspension for a first offense, but allows for steeper penalties if children are involved.
Yeah.
So this is all mixed up together. So he gets out of jail very quickly, and he's deactivated and all that shit. And he's trying to say everything's fine. He's like, "Look, it'll all get cleared up, and this is what you do. Reasonable." Yeah. He called it. He thought it was reasonable discipline, and the standard says if it's not reasonable discipline, that's when a charge happened. Yeah. September 16th, 2014, in the USA Today, there's an article. So this is going out to every goddamn hotel in the country is going to have a stack of these sitting there, and this is a very common newspaper. 2014, Peterson shaped by whippings. That's the title. Headline that. Father often used a belt or switch, relatives and friends say. Oh, my God. So they say David Cummings and Minnesota running back Adrian Peterson still talk about the frequent whippings Peterson's father administered, and one whipping in particular. Cummings said he and Peterson were leaving football practice while in middle school, and Peterson's father, Nelson, was waiting in a nearby parking lot.
The crack dealer?
The guy who got sent away later, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's got
crack money launderer. Sorry.
Yeah, well, then later on we found out he was... Yeah, that's just the charges he pled to.
Right. So the point is,
he admitted
you're
to the
a professional athlete. You've succeeded beyond that, man. Your discipline / parental raising and rearing should also elevate beyond that. It shouldn't be Chris Carter, I swear to fuck, he cried about it.
Really? Interesting.
I swear to God, Chris Carter cried on TV talking about, my mom did this to me and I swore to my children I'd never do it to them.
Yeah.
I can't believe that this man, who is the best at his position, is stooping so low.
I can't believe how many panels of grown men I saw. And it wasn't just, we're mentioning all black guys for some reason, but there was plenty of fucking white guys too. But there was plenty of white guys saying it too, the same shit. I grew up there and that's what they did. And it was just, it's a regional thing. And it's...
Right.
It's strange. It's like Michael Vick when he did the dog fighting tried to say, well, that's what you do down here. Well, no, it's not.
No.
No. Remember 1865? That's part of it. You can't do that either. Sorry.
We were also just in Atlanta.
You got to be in the rest of society.
Did you see a single dog fight?
No, none of them.
I saw none.
None. And nothing. So anyway, now what initiated this parking lot confrontation is that school officials had called Nelson to report that Adrian had been disruptive in class. He's not suspended. Okay. He didn't get kicked out of school or expelled. He was disruptive. So his friend David Cummings said his dad asked what happened and Adrian told him. With that, Nelson Peterson unstrapped his belt and whipped Adrian in front of more than 20 students.
Oh, boy.
Very healthy. He said, "We still talk about it to this day," the Cummings guy said. "My dad was tough, but his dad was real tough." Friends and relatives recall Nelson Peterson, to a lesser extent even Adrian's mother, Benita, as parents who raised their son with stern disciplinary style that included whippings. Then again, corporal punishment is accepted and expected in many families across the region as well as in other parts of the country. Where's that? What other parts of the country is that where that's accepted? I'm wondering where those are.
I think they all touch each other.
We all know where they are. Maybe, like I said, maybe 40 years ago and back in certain ethnic bubbles in certain Northeast, like I said, in Italian neighborhoods, you got your ass beat by that was just every kid got beat up. But that was once the immigrant generation was out, then the next generation usually didn't beat their kids. Like my parents didn't beat me. It wasn't my parents that were really beating me. It was the older relatives.
It was the old guard.
Yeah, the old guard. They were the ones that were more into that. So they say the question is whether Adrian Peterson crossed the line in disciplining his son here when he beat him with a tree branch.
He cut him.
Peterson said, "I've always believed that the way my parents disciplined me had a great deal with the success that I've enjoyed as a man." Nelson Peterson declined to comment when asked whether he whipped his son. Ask him about his crack dealing. See how that goes. Right. Maybe he'll answer about that. His mom said she had no comments about the indictment as well, and that's probably for legal reasons. So corporal punishment is legal in Texas, but going too far can result in a felony conviction that carries a prison sentence of 2 to 10 years. It's hard to make some beating of children acceptable, but there's a certain weird line. You know what I'm saying? Like, put that in any other crime and see if that works. Put that in the rape laws. Put that in the rape laws. You can sort of cajole them some, and you can kind of force them. But when you get to a certain point, then it's not okay. We couldn't live with that as a society. That would be crazy to have that.
Yeah, I mean,
we have to, it's a consent or not. That's it. That's the line. We've drawn it. But you can't say. You held her down, but you didn't choke her or anything. You didn't have a gun to her head. Like that'd be crazy.
With punishment of a child, maybe that's where there should be some sort of license to have children. How quick do you lose your temper?
Yes.
Based on being frustrated. Because
my God.
If you're so frustrated by behavior that your first reaction or your response to that is to find some sort of flora somewhere.
Oh my God.
And use that as a weapon.
Crazy.
I just can't imagine grabbing something, breaking it off a tree,
and beating a child, a 4-year-old, a preschooler. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't think that, like, I don't know, man.
Somebody that requires song to understand things.
To understand how long you should brush your teeth for and where to shit. They require a very catchy little tune. That's different.
Requires song and rhyme to remember how to tie a shoe.
That's a lot, I think. That's a fucking lot. I don't know, man. I don't know what the goddamn line is there. That's crazy. So they say corporal punishment. This is Scott McCown, a clinical professor of the at the University of Texas School of Law and director of the Children's Rights Clinic. I think we're going to know where he stands on this. He said, corporal punishment's been held to be reasonable under some circumstances and not reasonable on others. Generally speaking, law enforcement and district attorneys take the position that if there's injury that requires medical attention, unless there's an injury that requires medical attention, it is not reasonable discipline, or if it is, you know what I'm saying. If you need medical attention, that's not reasonable at that point.
If a doctor's involved, then you've gone too far.
Yeah. So he said that Peterson has acknowledged injuring his son, but he also says that it wasn't his intent. He also says that he sought counseling from a psychologist on other ways to discipline children. Okay.
Maybe too little too late?
No shit after you
The kid's sack is injured, bro.
Yeah, I would... At that point, no.
And there were reports who's to know what exactly the injuries are, apart from some medical description and such. But the news then was like the whipping tore his sack. Like the poor child.
I don't remember if that was true or not, but that's,
right. I don't know if that's real.
Seeing that report, yeah.
I heard that and I was just aghast.
You should never hit a 4-year-old in the balls, really. Tear it, not tear it. Just it should never happen.
And sure, I'm sure he wasn't aiming at it, but from what I understand, he was hitting his thighs and the switch, because the switch is not a rigid switch. You grab the flimsy one on purpose so that it.
I think it was the belt that hit him. That was the point. The belt wrapped around his leg.
Really?
Yeah, because he said he hit him with a stick and a belt. Which one's more likely to wrap around and hit your nutsack? Probably the belt.
Well, the point is the stick is you get a switch that's flimsy so that when you hit him, it wraps.
Because, I mean, you throw a belt around a thing, Indiana Jones can swing on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, whereas
but usually the belt's folded in half or twice so that it, like, whacks into the ass is the point of it when it whips.
Flop, though. I don't know. I don't know which one happened.
But I don't know that gets all the way around. I would literally say the switch. Because the belts get folded in half when you get hit. You don't get hit with a long-ass belt. They get folded in half so that they don't wrap. Yeah.
I think it's possible either way.
I've never been cut by a belt, but I've been cut by a switch.
Yeah, but we don't know that the nuts were cut, though. So that's, either way, I'm saying.
My nuts
can
were
happen
never
either
cut.
way.
I'll emphasize that, too.
That's good. I was saying it could happen either way, I think.
Certainly, but I tend to lean on the switch being the one that would cut hardest and easiest. Cut, they also have.
Well, cut, there's no argument that a switch would cut more. But wrap around to the nuts is what we were talking about. That's a different thing completely. That could happen either way, honestly. I would say that's either one.
And they get the switch that Southerners like to hit with is they want it so that it wraps.
Yeah.
That's the point of it.
Some people want it for
so bad.
Some people I think want it for like a kendo stick. They're like, give me a thick one.
I don't think
whack you across the back.
Yeah, I don't think that's the historical reason people hit kids with them. They want them to be like a sapling, like a flimsy ass,
which mimics
stick.
What?
What is that? Yeah.
What is that?
I know exactly what it's for.
That's what I mean. It's real fucking weird.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It's weird. So Lynn Davis, who's CEO of the Dallas Children's Advocacy Center, says charges are often set aside if it's a parent's first offense. And
what?
The parent is willing to get counseling. Like, they just don't know any better in the 21st century.
Oh, my God.
I'm sorry, but you can't say, this is all great here, and then go, people don't know things that we knew 50 years ago in the 21st century because it's just where they're from. That's crazy. They knew better. It's the same with Michael Vick. You knew that fighting dogs was bad. I don't care where you grew up or what the traditions were.
Yeah.
By 2004, I think you knew that was wrong, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. You knew it was at least frowned upon by a large sect of society.
Yeah, you knew it. You knew it. So this person says, my guess is, did that happen to Adrian as a kid? Quite possibly, but that was 20 years ago. We've advanced, hopefully, as a society.
Yeah.
Exactly. They said every child deserves the same protection regardless of their parents' upbringing. So 2 of Nelson Peterson's brothers, Larry and Greg Peterson, and a former wife, Phyllis Peterson, confirmed that Nelson Peterson used corporal punishment as well. They said they knew the story about what took place at the middle school, and they said that Peterson whipped his children and some of their friends with a belt or a tree branch, too. When Adrian showed out or was being bad, he got a whooping, Greg Peterson said of his nephew. Larry Peterson said Adrian Peterson's parents were told their son needed medication for attention deficit disorder when Adrian was in elementary school. Nelson Peterson objected, according to Larry Peterson, who said that his brother said it's not something that a little whooping can't take care of.
Yes, it is.
You can whoop people's brain chemistry into being different, apparently. You got to just shake them enough, and it's like a cocktail.
I can't.
That's a wild. Okay. Wow. So they said he had boundless energy, and that energy led to a lot of whoopings.
Yeah.
One person who grew up across from the house there said that Adrian spent many weekends there, and they said no one reported the whoopings to authorities after the public incident outside the middle school. This person said it's normal, his family member, saying of the disciplinary style, and he showed a visitor the 2 trees in the front yard of his family's home at the top of Robinson Street, where he said he and Adrian picked switches after their fathers used to whip them. Corporal punishment is still used at Palestine High School and many schools across Texas. It's legal there, yeah.
In 2014?
And it's still today.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and some states that got rid of it, when we started civilizing ourselves a little bit, have brought it back now because, got to be tough on those
Why
kids.
Why not revisit?
Yeah. We have a weird currency in fucking dumbness now that's very strange. Hey, what's the stupidest idea? Let's tout it hard and strong. Cool.
Let's do it again. Let's run it back.
It's so stupid it just might work. It's one of those fucking things like in a movie. So they said if a kid's chewing gum in class, we don't necessarily give the student swats for that. Jason Marshall, superintendent of schools in Palestine, said.
Well, good.
If a student has several disciplinary situations that just continue to mount, then corporal punishment's an option.
What? You can hit a child because they're late or absent?
Yeah. Chewing gum,
Well, he said chewing gum, we don't.
Well,
right?
not the first time, no.
Okay.
If it's part of a larger...
If it's habitual.
Well, if it's part of a larger,
What if they got an addiction to juicy fruit?
Yeah. He chews juicy fruit, he was a little late, and he was kind of a dick to his teacher. You put that all together, whooping.
Wow.
Yeah, Marshall said he didn't know the specifics of the Adrian Peterson case, but said, myself as a father, and then for our 3,400 students, we certainly would not want any of them under any circumstances to be harmed in any way. But we just beat them.
Except for when we hit them.
Except for when we hit them, but then we don't want it to hurt them. It's just to hit them. Well, if it's not hard enough to hit them, hurt them, then what exactly are you doing then?
Yeah.
Then it's not really that disciplinary if they don't feel it, so then why bother, is what I'm getting. Mm-hmm. So you're either hurting them or you're doing something that doesn't make any sense because it has no effect. One of the two. It's stupid. It's illogical. He said that he and Adrian Peterson, this is his, I think, brother or cousin or whatever, got whipped several times by the school football team's defensive coordinator. Remember we talked about that? Yeah. With a solid oak paddle that measured 18 inches by 6 inches and hung on a nail in the office.
That is so big.
It's a huge paddle.
Foot and a half by
that's
6 inches?
Go to a pizza place. That's the thing they put the pizza on when they get it out and spin it. That's the paddle we're talking about, but thick and oak, not, not thin enough to get under a pie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A thick one. So he said, you would bend over and brace yourself and get however many licks had been assigned to you. Sometimes it would just leave a bruise on the buttocks or a red mark. It was not a pleasant feeling. You're not able to sit for a few hours. Wow. That coach, who's now retired, said he couldn't remember paddling Adrian Peterson, but it might have happened once or twice. Mm-hmm. He chuckled and said paddling amounted to tough love.
Oh, God.
And he thought that that was what motivated Peterson in the incident that led to the indictment. Now, Phyllis Peterson, a former wife of Nelson Peterson, also said Adrian learned how to mete out whippings from his father, who... as we know what happened to him. Yeah. Now, Vikings fullback Jerome Felton, who's a good friend of Peterson, grew up in Tennessee and said he also got whooped as a child. He said, I know there's differences in where you grow up and what type of household you grow up in, but a lot of people that I know got that type of discipline. I feel like I'm a better person for it. I just feel like it gave me a direction of what I can do and can't do. But some people don't agree with that, and I understand that. All right, let's say if it's a reasonable... Yeah. He's not. That's the only way to discipline a kid. Like, he's not saying that. It's fine. That makes sense. Meanwhile, Larry Peterson lamented how many times he had how times had changed since he and Nelson Peterson and their siblings were growing up. This is the uncle. He said, back in that time, the neighborhood disciplined you. If you got in a fight at a neighbor's house, you got a whooping. And then we got home, we got another whooping for having to get a whooping there. That's the way they brought kids up then. You're watching Mad Men right now. You'll get to an episode in the first season where they have a party at the house, a birthday party for one of the kids, and all the adults are there and they're all drinking. It's, the 1961 or whatever. And one of the kids knocks over a guy's drink and it breaks the glass and falls on the floor. Oh. And the guy grabs the kid who's not his at all and smacks him in the face.
In the face?
And the father walks up and he's like, hey, what happened over here? And he's like, he knocked the thing over. And the father goes, you want another one? And the guy goes, no, I got him good. I think he's all right. And he goes, all right, get the hell out of here then. The father was going to hit him again.
You want another one?
Want another one?
Are you talking to the man who doesn't have a drink at the moment or the child that's been hit?
Exactly. He doesn't need one, but I'll take another one.
I'll take another one. It's completely legal in all 50 states to beat your children. Can you believe that?
That's insane. Yeah. Well, because you have to have the leeway of a smack on the ass if it's something extreme. You have to have that.
Is that corporal punishment?
Like I said, if they're running into traffic, if they're about to do something that will hurt them, they sometimes need the shock of it to stop them from. I've never done that, but like I said, I could get. I get that, and I've heard that from psychiatrists too and psychologists that have said that's appropriate in a situation where they're going to be hurt worse.
But that's not corporal punishment, is it?
No, that's not. You did this. Now come in here. I'm sentencing you to that. Right. That's disturbing.
Come to the corporal punishment room.
That's a little disturbing to me.
I really think they should discuss this.
That's
legalities.
I agree. So full statement from Adrian Peterson here. They're saying here that the Minnesota Vikings are standing behind Adrian Peterson, who rejoined the team. They're like, we really need a good running back. So, unless he beats any women on camera, like outside of a bar, we're going to go ahead and stick with him here.
We're going to hope he learned his lesson.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Imagine, because we've noticed too in the NFL especially, that what happens really is a sliding scale of punishment depending on if it's on film or not. We know that.
Yes.
Not on film, they'll dismiss it. Ray Rice, you're gone forever.
Forever.
Because we all saw it. Even though we know what happened and the other thing, we didn't see it. Whereas imagine this is on film. What are we watching him beat a fucking 4-year-old to the point of bleeding? How would everybody feel about that?
You can see the injuries and assume how it went, but when you can visualize a person making the motions of doing what they're doing. Yep. You heard Puffy punched a woman. When you saw him stomp her, you know he's a piece of shit.
Yep, even worse. Yeah,
yes.
Because everybody says, well, you don't know what led up to that. Maybe she kicked him in the nuts, and maybe
doesn't matter
when you see. Point. But I'm just saying that's what people see. And
but
then
when you
see the actual situation, and it's not that at all, and
there's no nut kick,
no nut kick, and it's not some self defense. She didn't try to stab him with a samurai sword or anything. It's just a much larger person, in fucking inflicting their physicality on a smaller person. It's really disturbing to watch. It just is, and I don't like it. I don't know that there's ever been a moment that I've seen a woman get punched and thought, fuck yeah. Never. No, it's disturbing.
No, it's so bad.
Whenever I see somebody much bigger imposing their physicality on somebody smaller, it fucking disturbs me. It's just disturbing. I don't like it. It freaks me out. It's not cool. Yeah. It's the reason why I never walked around looking for fights with people fucking your size. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not what is that going to accomplish for me? My fist is the same size as your face. It's not fair.
I'm sure that there's a moment in history where some woman instigating something has a gun and gets punched in the face somewhere and it disarms the situation. I'm sure that's happened.
I'm sure.
Show me that video. I can't wait to see it.
Show me that and I'll go, hit that bitch again. That's fine. She's about to kill 5 people.
Can't wait to see that one.
Every
one that I've ever seen, I went, no.
Well above and beyond what needs to be done here. Yep.
Yeah, I've said it before and I'll reiterate. I can't watch UFC girl fights.
I don't like it either. I don't like that. I don't care for it. I don't like watching women get beat up. I don't.
No,
we both said this a whole bunch. I think someone called us misogynist for it, actually. And it was like,
did we?
Yeah, someone called us a misogynist one time when we said that. And it was like, because I don't like watching women get punched. I'm a misogynist. The fuck? I don't begrudge their success. I hope they do great. I don't want to watch it because it disturbs me.
I'm not participating.
Yeah, I don't mind that it happens. I just
physically ill.
I don't like it. I get uncomfortable. Yeah, I get very uncomfortable.
Physically ill. I want to throw up.
Yeah.
I don't like it. And I didn't like I don't even like Ronda Rousey. And watching her lose that time, I laughed and then I felt like shit.
Yep. Yeah, wrestling's different because I know that they're planning and they're all in on that, so that's fine. But when it's someone who's like, I don't want to see a woman get knocked out, it's just not.
I don't want to see blood coming out of a woman. I don't like it.
Well, yeah, in any aspect. No, I'm saying from any orifice. It's just not what we're into.
Yeah, and I realize one of those makes my night a little different.
A little bit different. Oh, get in there and be a man.
That's my point. I realize we're taking a shower.
We realize that we're gonna put the old blanket down over the sheets tonight first. That old comforter's getting brought out. You know, the one we brought camping 2 years ago? That's coming out right now.
The one that smells like a campfire? We're going to throw that out tomorrow.
It's the one. Still has leaves in it that you can't get off of it and like birds stuck in it and shit, but that's what's going on the bed. That's what we got. Oh, Christ. So shortly after the team announced its decision, Peterson issued a statement through his agency, CAA, explaining that, it's a big agency in California, if you don't know, explaining that he never intended to hurt his 4-year-old son while disciplining him with a tree branch and denied that he's a child abuser. It's crazy. The Vikings said that he deserves to play. That's what the general manager said.
Yeah.
He deserves it. Now, this is This is Peterson's full statement he released through his agent. So I mean, there was some sweetening and editing, I'm sure, in this bad boy. He didn't just take it and go, "Thanks, Adrian," and then handed it to the reporter.
Run it.
I don't think that's what happened. My attorney
take AP's statement to the AP.
To the AP, just take it. I don't even want to read it over. I'll read it in the paper when I see it tomorrow. Don't worry about it.
Just run it direct.
My attorney has asked me not to discuss the facts of my pending case. I hope you can respect that and that request and help me honor it. I very much want the public to hear from me, but I understand that it's not appropriate to talk about the facts in detail at the time. Nevertheless, I want everyone to understand how sorry I feel about the hurt I have brought to my child. I never wanted to be a distraction to the Vikings organization, the Minnesota community, or my teammates. I never imagined being in a position where the world is judging my parenting skills or calling me a child abuser because of the discipline I administered to my son. I voluntarily appeared before the grand jury several weeks ago to answer any and all questions they had. Before my grand jury appearance, I was interviewed by 2 different police agencies without an attorney. In each of those interviews, I have said the same thing, and that is that I said I never intended to harm my son. I will say the same thing once I have my day in court. Well, when you hit someone with a car, it's still vehicular manslaughter, even if you didn't aim it at them and go, "Yeah, motherfucker," as you did it. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. The result is the problem, not the intent here. He said, I have to live with the fact that when I disciplined my son the way I was disciplined as a child, I caused an injury that I never intended or thought would happen. I know that many people disagree with the way I discipline my child. I also understand that after a meeting with a psychologist that there are other alternative ways of disciplining a child that may be more appropriate. Oh, you just found that out now in 2014. Right? Wow. Okay. I have learned a lot and have had to reevaluate how I discipline my son going forward. But deep in my heart, I've always believed that I could have been one of those kids that was lost in the streets without the discipline instilled in me by my parents and other relatives. I've always believed that the way my parents disciplined me has had a great deal to do with my success. I've enjoyed the success I've enjoyed as a man. I love my son and will continue to be a better parent and learn from any mistakes I ever made. I'm not a perfect son. I'm not a perfect husband. I'm not a perfect parent, but I am without a doubt not a child abuser. I am someone that disciplined his child and did not intend to cause him an injury. No one can understand the hurt I feel for my son and for the harm I caused him. My goal is always to teach my son right from wrong, and that's what I tried to do that day. I accept the fact that people feel very strongly about this issue and what they think about my conduct, regardless of whatever others think. However, I love my son very much and will continue to try to become a better father and better person.
That's a lot of words.
It's a lot of words.
I'm not going to stop.
Well, he said I went to a psychologist to learn how to do it differently.
Yeah. And I've learned he learned different ways, but he also doesn't believe what he did was wrong.
That's the other thing. That's the problem.
That's a problem.
If that statement, if his whole thing was, wow, that's the way I brought up and that I was brought up and I didn't know any better other way. Right. I didn't know there was another way. And now that it's been brought to my attention, and I thought
all you motherfuckers were doing this.
Yeah. He said that if he said that, if he was like, yo, now after that, now I realize that I can't do that, and that you got to do it a different way. And now I have the tools to do that. And going forward, that could have been huge for a lot of people. There's people that would have been a really big example.
Eye-opening
For a lot of people. Oh, shit. But no, he took it the other way and was like, look, I know it's not the best thing to do, but that's how I was brought up, and it made me a good man. So
that's the part that I do not appreciate is it made me a better person. Really? What were you going to do without being child abused? If you were abused as a child and you work a 9 to 5, what were you going to do without that? You were going to be homeless?
That's what it was. Yeah.
Is that the other option?
That's it.
You're going to be a crack addicted homeless person,
millionaire superstar, or
that.
That's it. One of the two.
On, man.
That's all it would have been. The only thing standing between him and the breadline was
is
a
mom,
switch.
Dad
beating the shit out of him.
A crack money launderer beat me with tree pieces. Unbelievable.
Jesus, you'd think you'd go, wow, that's what my parents did. And since my dad was a crack dealer, maybe he didn't have the best decision-making process.
Right.
Maybe I should look at all the things he did and refigure if those are good or not. Because
my stepfather dropped out of school in 7th grade, had no decision-making or social understandings, and beat the living shit out of children. I knew the second that he began beating me that I would never, ever, ever do this to my children.
No, it's.
I don't give a fuck how I end up. I know that I'm not treating another person like this. That's how it ended for me.
No, there's no reason to hit kids, like I said. And
it's unbelievable.
Like I had a daughter first, so you're not going to hit your daughter. That's insane.
That's a blessing.
Hit a girl too on top of it.
A little girl first and be like, I have to beat this?
No, I'm not doing that. So I had a girl first, so it was like, well, I'm definitely not touching her. So I know how to deal with it other ways. So by the time I had a son, didn't need to hit him either.
Pretty easy.
Pretty fucking easy.
Yeah. And he gave you challenges too.
That's what I mean. He's autistic and hyperactive. When he was a fucking child, when he was a 4-year-old, believe me,
I can't imagine.
If I was a hitter, I would have been hitting the shit out of that kid. But what kind of person does, I'm going to hit this fucking autistic child?
The autistic child who's already having issues communicating with me. Now I'm going to make it worse?
Let me make him scared shitless of me also. I think that'll help.
Maybe when I come in the room, he'll piss on the floor like a Pomeranian.
That'll be great, yeah. If I could get him to that, like anytime the doorbell rings, he just pisses on the floor. I'm really doing something now. Fuck, man. So some people there's sponsors that are pulling away from the Vikings at this point.
Yeah.
They're supporting him. The Radisson hotel chain.
Oh, they're against child abuse. Good for them.
Good for you guys. Too bad your hotels suck.
Daddy's got a suite at the Radisson.
I was going to say, too bad I'm not staying there still, even though you're against child abuse. Sorry, drink just came out of Jimmy's mouth.
Drink water. That was close.
Sorry about that. That was awesome. So, also the Special Olympics Minnesota, which that seems about right.
That's
they should
fucking excellent point there. That's a way to stand your ground too. Because if there's anybody, I mean, you've dealt with it too. Kids with disabilities, if you corporally punish a child with disability,
it's wild.
If I ever see that, I'll go to jail for fucking opening you in public. That's fucked up.
I can't even imagine that.
That's insane.
Your instinct as a parent is and should be, I guess, to extra protective is how you should be.
For sure.
Not fucking, you little bastard. Now you're harder to deal with.
And if you're a parent if you're frustrated, think about the level of frustration they've got trying to communicate with you and show you that they understand.
It's crazy, man.
I can't. Oh, my God.
I know. I don't get it. I am lost. The Castor Motor Oil Company.
Castrol or Castor?
Castrol. Why did I say Castor? Yeah, Castor.
There's two oils. You were right both ways. Yeah.
Okay, there's castor oil.
Castor oil is that shit. It's a product. Yeah. Castrol is the shit
motor oil.
Motor.
Yeah. And Mylan Inc. severed ties with Peterson, and Nike stores in the Twin Cities area have stopped selling merchandise with his name on it. They pulled his jerseys, which are a big seller up there, I'm sure.
That's a big loss.
Yeah. So Peterson's All Day Foundation, which has been devoted to helping children.
All day.
put up and took down a series of statements on its website before shutting it down, including one that said it will re-engage after Adrian, his family, and the staff have reflected on how the current situation impacts the direction for Adrian's philanthropy.
They crafted a statement, got feedback that they missed the point.
Never mind.
They wrote a new one, pulled that down. All day, they're putting new ones up. That's what it means now.
That's what it is. Like, that's
all
not
day we
work.
try to defend this idiot.
Yeah, try that one? Nope, shit. Take it down. It's getting bad. The governor said it's an awful situation. He was, by the way, spearheading an effort for the $477 million in public funding for the stadium that was being built currently at the time.
Wow.
He said, yes, Mr. Peterson is entitled to due process and should be innocent until proven guilty. However, he is a public figure, and his actions as described are a public embarrassment to the Vikings organization and the state of Minnesota. Yeah. Whooping a child to the extent of visible wounds, as has been alleged, should not be tolerated in our state. Therefore, I believe the team should suspend Mr. Peterson until the accusations of child abuse have been resolved by the criminal justice system.
The governor said that?
Governor said that.
Ooh.
The Vikings owner, Ziggy and Mark Wilf, sat Peterson down for the New England loss. They lost 30-7, and then they were like,
shit.
Reconsider, huh?
Why'd you hit that goddamn kid?
They said after reviewing the files and speaking to Peterson and also watching the game film of us not gaining any rushing yards that week.
Watching us get beat like Adrian's child.
Yeah. They said that they decided to reinstate Peterson. So,
wow.
Yep. They said Anheuser-Busch said it was disappointing and increasingly concerned with the negative attention brought to the league by Ray Rice's assault on his wife and Peterson's treatment of his son. Nike pulled Peterson's jerseys from the stores at the Mall of America in Bloomington and the outlet malls in Eagan and Albertville. Oh, my God. You know that Eagan one? Dude. They sell them all.
Yeah.
Nike still sells the jerseys and features Peterson on its website, though, just not locally in Minnesota.
Right.
The Mylan company said it was no longer working with Peterson to promote its EpiPen used to treat allergic reactions. He's getting his EpiPen sponsorship pulled. That's not Nike. That's not a big one.
No.
He just did that shit for free EpiPens. They just send him a shitload in the mail every month, and he puts them
so
in
that
his
he can have
some
crab legs every couple of months.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to go out and have me some crab legs and just jam a couple of these in my arm when I start to blow up a bit. Wow, the running back had participated in several promotions to raise awareness for anaphylaxis. They said, Mylan has ended all activities with Adrian Peterson, the spokeswoman said. We remain committed to supporting those managing potentially life-threatening allergies. We will continue our educational efforts to increase anaphylaxis awareness. There's got to be another athlete who's allergic to something.
Got to be.
I added that part, but I think that's what they're saying. He enters in October. He said he's to enter a not guilty plea.
Wow.
Peterson said if asked by the judge tomorrow, Adrian Peterson will enter a plea of not guilty. That's a spokesperson for him, said that. He faces up to 2 years in prison and a $10,000 fine if convicted. He could be placed on probation as a first-time offender. He could also be suspended by 6 games from the league as well.
Yeah.
So there we go. He said, I will have my day in court.
Yeah.
The prosecutor said, we will treat Mr. Peterson as any other defendant, so no plea negotiations would be a standard practice here. They said that that's what's going on. October 9th, a December trial date is set for him. And they say that Peterson is chomping at the bit to defend himself publicly.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. The trial date may change, too. Montgomery County District Attorney Brett Ligon said that he intends to file a motion to recuse Judge Kelly case after the judge called each lead attorney in the case, quote, a media whore. You guys are media whores. Case apologized, saying his comment was meant as a joke. A November 4th hearing was scheduled to decide whether to sign a new judge. But either way, accompanied by his wife and with his mother, Peterson did not speak during the court appearance. They indicated that Peterson will plead not guilty. His lawyer also said he just keeps getting hammered without the ability to respond. This is the place to resolve all these allegations. So we want to go through court here. Right. Wow. There's people outside with free AP signs.
Yeah.
Which I really get annoyed when they have free whoever who's not in custody. That annoys the fuck out of me. I don't know why. Even if I agree with their cause, I'm like, they're not. It's not correct.
They're not even in anywhere.
I hated those free Karen Reed signs. Even if you don't think she hit her boyfriend, she was not in jail. She was at her goddamn house for fucking 2 years while this trial was going on. Both of them.
Free to do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah. She went in jail and her daddy bailed her out and that was life. What the fuck are we talking about here? Like, or whatever bailed her out. Somebody bailed her out. Doesn't matter. She wasn't incarcerated. So why do we need to free her? It doesn't make sense. Say, find her not guilty. Great. Whatever. But free her? She's not incarcerated. What are we talking about? So they said the decision is about parenting decisions and whether something unfortunate happened when a parent decision was made by a man who believes strongly and loves his children very much. Bullshit, basically, Corporal punishment is legal in every state. The Texas Attorney General noted that the belts and brushes are accepted by many as legitimate disciplinary tools. But electric or phone cords, boards, yardsticks, ropes, shoes, and wires are likely to be considered instruments of abuse. Okay, a belt is the same thing.
It's the same as any of those.
Same thing. A stick is the same of any of those.
A switch does not. It's a little more rigid than a fucking electric cable or electric cord. It's not that. It's not much difference than an extension cord.
Electric cord will cut you hard too.
Yeah, but
those are bad.
The
so will
switch
the switch.
has
I'm just saying, both
little dots. On, those little like where branches
come out, little nubs.
Yeah, and when it's a saw. It's a goddamn saw.
But like if you take your lamp cord, put that in half and hit someone, it will take
up, man.
It will be
it'll pull skin. Yeah,
it'll pull skin. It's horrible. It's horrifying. So but a stick is the same thing. It's stupid. That's wild.
And a belt doesn't. Yeah, a belt's the same as all of those.
It's maybe worse because it's leather and it's. I mean, it sounds horrific.
And it's fat.
Yeah, awful, fucking awful. So. November 5th, 2014, they reach a plea agreement. Mm-hmm. He's not so anxious to get a story out there, apparently, to tell everyone in court about it. Yeah. Here we go. He avoided jail time by reaching a deal to resolve this. He is sentenced to, he pleaded no contest to a misdemeanor charge of reckless assault for this.
Reckless assault.
Yep, and he is sentenced to, you, sir, may fuck off probation. A form of probation is what it is.
A form of?
Yeah, we'll find out more here. But Peterson said, I stand here and take full responsibility for my actions. I love my son more than anyone you could even imagine, and I'm anxious to continue my relationship with my child. He said, I'm just glad this is over. I can put this behind me, and me and my family can continue to move forward. He was not allowed to be near his son while the case was pending, but now he can resume having contact with the boy. Let's hope not physical contact. Adrian wants to get on with his life and have a relationship with his son and get back to playing football, his attorney said. Wonder what order those are in.
Yeah.
An NFL spokesman said that the league cannot provide a timetable for when he'll be allowed back because they had told him he can't play anymore. Yeah. So they said, we'll review the matter, including the court record, and make a determination on his status. The Vikings said they're aware of the plea agreement and don't have a comment on it at this point. So there's that. This is crazy. So he could have had a lot more. He would have had a lot more, but this is deferred adjudication, which is a form of probation. He's fined $4,000 and must complete parenting classes and perform 80 hours of community service. Okay. Let's make him have 80 hours of parenting classes. We don't need the community service. He said that the no contest plea wasn't an admission of guilt, but was treated as such for sentencing. There's no travel restrictions, and if he completes the probation without incident, the misdemeanor charge will be removed from his record. Yeah. The district attorney said the probation is all about making him a better parent.
Yeah.
Interesting. So there's that. The plea deal made moot a pending motion by prosecutors to revoke his $15,000 bond for alleged marijuana use while he was out on bond. There's that too. So anyway, which he shouldn't have been doing at the time apparently because he was out on bond as well. That was illegal anyway. So they said the decision, this is the prosecutor, was a reflection that this went beyond what was reasonable in regards to being a parent. And he says, I believe Mr. Peterson is accepting responsibility.
Okay.
His teammates are real happy to have him back.
I'll bet.
They said, oh, man, we all know the kind of person Adrian is, and I feel like he's proven that over time. With all those rushing yards.
Right.
Wow. He'd been on paid leave, making more than $690,000 a week. Oh, that's real rough. I wish someone would pay me $690,000 to take a week off. That'd be amazing.
With zero opportunity to have your knee blown out this week.
Yeah, holy shit. That's crazy, man. So that's what's going on. November 7th, 2014, NFL, now they have to figure out what to do here.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, what do we do? They said his status on paid leave will not change. They're going to have a hearing for him to find out what the hell he's going to do. November 16th, 2014, Vikings Peterson skipped the hearing.
Oh?
He was supposed to have a hearing via conference call about possible reinstatement with the Vikings. The hearing was handled by an arbiter used by the NFL and the NFL Players Association under the collective bargaining agreement. Through the Players Union, Peterson entered a non-injury grievance regarding when his paid leave on the commissioner's exempt list is supposed to end. Mm-hmm. So that just sounds like an important meeting that you should show up for.
Certainly, yeah.
He apparently skipped it here. He said Peterson and the Players Association also refused to meet at any time in the past week. The NFL also charged that Peterson would not give the league an alternative date for the disciplinary hearing in connection to his violation of an incident of family violence. This is a different, more significant hearing than the conference call set for 2 p.m. Monday when Peterson's grievance relating to them remaining on the commissioner's exempt list will be heard. The Friday meeting was one that would have been for a disciplinary decision on his past and future. The meeting initially was scheduled for last Tuesday, but the Players Association told the league Thursday that it was unavailable that day. So they said, we informed the union that we were unwilling to postpone the hearing beyond this week, given that the player and union have both expressed a strong desire to resolve this matter as soon as possible. So we keep giving you appointments and then you can't make it. They said,
busy that day.
We've been given no meaningful reason why Adrian and the union could not appear and participate. We offered other alternatives for this week, but those were also not acceptable. We've yet to receive more than cursory materials in response to our requests for information on the case. Accordingly, we went forward with the review Friday as scheduled. With or without you. They said, we hope that Adrian would take advantage of his opportunity to be heard and present whatever information he believes should be considered before a decision on discipline, counseling, and services is made. Because he and the NFLPA decided not to do so, we will have to address this based on the information currently available to us. Interesting. Now, the NFLPA spokesman said that Peterson's attorney provided the NFL with a letter saying it is against Texas state law to give the NFL the requested documents.
What?
Huh?
What? Oh,
what
he's trying. Is he calling HIPAA?
Kind of like a HIPAA thing, but it's public. This is a public trial.
Yeah, you got to bring forth all the evidence.
Was part of the plea bargaining agreement that they would bury all the documents? Like, I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense. The NFLPA, that might be true in some weird niche of the law. I'm not positive, but as much as we've done small town murder and shit, I've never heard of that before.
Well, I'll release everything that's not embarrassing. How's that?
Yeah, everything that looks good for us. So the NFLPA also said that Peterson's clinician is available to the NFL. They said the league office seems more focused on creating an arbitrary disciplinary process for Adrian instead of honoring a signed agreement to remove him from the commissioner's list. He said they're simply making stuff up as they go along. They should commit their efforts to meeting us at the table to collectively bargain a new personal conduct policy. So, a Montgomery County District Attorney, Phil Grant, told ESPN that the NFL did ask for Peterson's case file but was turned down. The judge sealed the entire court's file despite the fact that neither side requested that. Okay, so it was sealed. That makes sense. We have not provided anything to the NFL and don't believe we lawfully can. Okay. Peterson denies he refused to attend the hearing somehow, even though he didn't go. So if you didn't show up, then why didn't you go? But he said, I didn't deny it. I didn't fucking say I wasn't going to go. He claims the NFL's disciplinary process has been unfair. His potential return to the Vikings is at the heart of a dispute between the NFL and the Players Association. Jesus Christ. If I'm a player, I'm like, don't put my name on that. I'm not backing this asshole.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
And
I get that's part of the union,
needs to
but
really
still.
push to get this done and over with, to get it out of
This isn't the union. This is the Players Association. It's different.
Isn't that the union?
No, it's different.
The PA isn't the union?
It's a different entity.
Oh.
The Players Association's a different deal, I believe. I think.
I thought the NFLPA was the union.
I thought that was a branch of like their representation of. I thought it was broken down different.
There could be several.
That's what I mean. I'm not positive about that, but I thought that was like for some reason, because I know in baseball there's like a union, but then there's a Players Association.
They got like an umbrella?
They kind of handle like licensing and that kind of shit for things a lot of the times. But maybe in the NFL it's different. It could be just that's the union. Well, I'm not positive. I don't think we know. He said at this point, I've resolved my matters.
It is the union.
It is? Okay. There you go.
The NFLPA is the union.
Perfect. At this point, I've resolved my matters to the criminal court. I've done work to make amends for what I've done. I've missed most of the season, and I stand ready to be candid and forthcoming with Mr. Goodell about what happened. However, I will not allow the NFL to impose a new process of discipline on me. The process they're pushing is arbitrary, inconsistent, and contrary to what they agreed to do. For those reasons, I never agreed to the hearing.
Okay.
He said, I didn't even say I would go.
Okay.
November 18th, 2014. This article says visuals sealed Adrian Peterson's fate.
Oh, there's visuals. There's pictures of whole thing.
They got leaked.
Boy.
Yeah. They said the camera never lies, and the truth told by the one that captured the damage inflicted on Adrian's son demanded the football star not step on an NFL field again in 2014. Wow. The photos of the abused 4-year-old were no less shocking than the elevator video that showed Ray Rice knocking out the woman who was to be his wife, with the footage making a virtual crime out of the initial 2-game ban Roger Goodell handed him. In his letter to Peterson announcing the running back was suspended from the Vikings for at least the final 6 games of the regular season, the commissioner cited visible swelling, marks, and cuts on the child's ankles, limbs, backs, buttocks, and genitals. So, yeah, I think it might have been a switch got him around the nutsack there.
God damn it.
Left by Peterson's weapon of choice, a tree branch or a switch for the severity of the penalty. See, at first they said it was a belt and a switch. I think he uses both, but used a switch on this particular incident.
Jesus.
The visuals are what nailed Peterson, just like they ultimately nailed Rice and left the commissioner fighting for the tattered remains of his legacy. Was Goodell inspired to play the tough guy after he came off looking so remarkably weak and out of touch in the Ray Rice case? No question it goes beyond the necessary modifications to what had been a toothless domestic violence policy. Mm-hmm. But regardless of Goodell's motivation, the decision to bench Peterson without pay until at least April was the only one to make.
Wow.
Goodell knew the public couldn't get past the photos of the angry lacerations on the boy's legs and the impact of what the commissioner called the emotional and psychological trauma to a young child who suffers criminal physical abuse at the hands of his father.
Wow.
Goodell also knew the public couldn't get past the police report, quoted by Sports Radio 610 in Houston, that Peterson's son was saying his father put leaves in his mouth during the beating.
Right.
He feared his father would punch him in the face and told the cops what happened.
Oh,
he's stuff. That's just I'm going to degrade you.
Yeah, degrading. Yep, inhumane. Just terrible. And I do appreciate the writing of that, and the wording is appropriate. However, I will add that the visuals of a child's legs, pictures of injuries, do not equate to the video. If there was video of that, he would have been out of the league forever. Yep. I guarantee it.
He's a big, stocky, strong motherfucker. If you saw
hitting
him
a 4-year-old,
beating a miniature person like that,
there's no way that looks good.
No,
there's no way that looks like a loving parent.
You could see a picture. How many pictures have we seen of domestic violence, abused athletes, girlfriends, wives? Sure. Picture at the police station, big black eye at the hospital, whatever. And we go, Jesus, that looks terrible. But people go, well, you don't know. She could have banged her head. And people have excuses. But then they see Ray Rice and they go, oh, they don't say a fucking word.
Fucked up. That is a great. He
Meanwhile,
just
all
turns
those
on
black
a dime.
guys look like that.
Right.
But we don't see them.
Every black eye that you see, that's video is exactly how they got them. 100% every time.
Yeah, you show me a video of a grown giant man, professional athlete, beating the shit out of a tiny child, and that people will want his head on a stick for that shit.
It'll never look good. It'll never look
leaves
like
in his mouth.
Yeah, that right. stuffing leaves in. So what he probably did was grab a hold of that stick,
take the leaves off,
zipped every leaf off, held that fist and mashed it into his mouth. Probably grabbed him by his neck and spun him around.
I can
see it happen, and it's so fucked up.
And then you left out the part where he took his pants down.
Right.
Let's add that to it as well.
Yeah,
get those pants
step
off. Is a crazy thing to say to a 4-year-old, unless they've shit them.
Right.
That's the only time you go, get those goddamn pants off, or it's bath time.
God damn it, get them off.
Get them off. Oh, come on, Jesus.
You're making it worse.
It's getting worse. It's on your legs now. God damn it. Goodell
there's just no reality where that video justifies that behavior ever.
Totally. They said that a league source said the injury to the boy's testicles was a specific factor in separating Peterson's actions from what a civil society would accept as reasonable corporal punishment.
Well, Goodell made a great decision.
That's good. He goes, oh, Jesus, I got a nutsack.
Well done, Raj.
They also said that Adrian showed no meaningful remorse for his conduct, which is almost as troubling as the abuse himself.
100%.
Like, he basically said, I won't go that far next time, is what he said. You know, that's crazy.
He threw "I'm a loving parent" into the statement. That's crazy.
It's fucking crazy, man. I don't even get it. Peterson said, I truly regret the incident. That's what he just keeps saying. I truly regret the incident. Not I did the wrong thing.
Right.
But he said that I'm sorry for all this, but I can't excuse the league's refusal to be fair. That's wow.
I think your son thinks the same thing. I can't excuse your inability to be fair.
I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about. Goodell told Peterson in his letter, while an adult may have a number of options when confronted with abuse to flee, fight back, or seek help from law enforcement, none of those options is realistically available to a 4-year-old child.
100%.
Absolutely. So he played one game in 2014.
Wow. How many
that is, we'll find out. So I think 75, actually.
Oh.
So, this is crazy. So they talk about here, just like the Ray Rice videos in Atlantic City, the pictures of Peterson's son are worth more than 1,000 argumentative words. They tell the story of a football star who didn't belong on the field until he could prove to his family and employer that he's a changed man. As the father of a 2-year-old allegedly beaten to death last year by a man the boy's mother was dating, Peterson spoke last summer of finally finding stability and enlightenment and alignment in his life. He sought spiritual counseling on his promiscuity and got married. Wow. Okay. So, he was fucking everybody, but then Jesus told him to keep it in his pants.
While his wife or his ex's boyfriend beat his child.
Beat him. Did I say drowning earlier?
Yeah, right. When we were talking about it, I was like, wow, I don't remember that.
It wasn't drowning. Yeah, I don't know why. That literally just came out like it was from somewhere else. Yeah, it was a beating. We remember that. What are we talking about? So, yikes. Commissioner wrote, the well-being of your children is of paramount concern. We're unaware of any effort on your part to acknowledge the seriousness of your conduct and your responsibility to demonstrate a genuine commitment to change. Goodell laid out a program of counseling and therapy for Peterson to follow to earn reinstatement, and he said it's all on the running back now. Mm-hmm. All on you, homie. So there's that. November 19th, 2014, he is absolutely suspended. It's a public thing. And, they said basically get some remorse and check on back with us. Because other than that, they don't give a fuck.
Wow.
I guess who is this, the NFLPA guy that we're talking about now? Yes, DeMaurice Smith, the executive director of the NFLPA, said that Smith accused the league of arbitrarily punishing Peterson beyond the scope of Goodell's authority under the modified personal conduct policy. The NFLPA is demanding that a neutral arbitrator rule on Peterson's appeal. This guy said his whole purpose as a man and as a player is to be treated fairly. Adrian wants to play. We know his teammates want him to play. The issues at stake are significant, and his rights as a player are paramount. Our job is to do what's best for the player, to protect his rights and try to achieve the best solution for him. Yeah.
That's a tough gig that they've got.
They really do. To defend some of the shit they have to defend is tough. Very tough. Wow. They said the time he missed on paid leave was taken into account, blah, blah, blah. So basically, the new CBA allowed Goodell, the collective bargaining agreement, allowed Goodell to punish players for off-field conduct. Yeah. Players typically have had appeals heard by one of Goodell's handpicked executives, but the PA argued that the union didn't bargain away Peterson's rights as an NFL player. Okay. He said, you never bargain away industrial due process. You don't bargain away fairness. All of those core issues remain. They pointed out that Goodell's initial suspensions of 4 New Orleans Saints players on the bounty scandal were overturned by former Commissioner Paul Tagliabue, whom the NFL appointed to review appeals. Well, then you shouldn't complain because it seems like it's fair then if they've overturned shit before. Peterson has become the test case for Goodell's new disciplinary powers since the owners in August approved a new personal conduct policy that called for a minimum 6-game suspension without pay for domestic violence and assault cases. They said, you have a league office, this is the PA guy, said, you have a league office that in the Rice case has imposed inconsistent punishments, inconsistent with its own policy, which they again violated with Adrian Peterson. It's clear to us that the same league office cannot be both the entity that imposes discipline and the office that reviews its discipline. This isn't a fair thing. This is a giant corporate fucking global business where these guys' teams are worth billions of dollars and they're going to throw anybody under the bus they can to make their shit not go down 1 penny. Right. Period. Mm-hmm. So they're acting like this is like some kind of like a Ford Motor Company thing or something where they got a union and this is a whole, they've given this special exemptions and everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like sports have congressional exemptions from Congress as far as what they're allowed to do. It's crazy, the backwards bending over that we do for sports leagues. So that's just the way it is. They say a league that takes an inconsistent approach to its collective bargaining agreement is the only it is only fundamental that litigation extends for that. Mm-hmm. So the Vikings said they respected the league's decision and aren't going to comment any further.
Really?
That's it. Goodell identified several aggravating circumstances in the case. They said, first, the injury that was inflicted on a child who was only 4 years old. That's the first thing. Kid's 4.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. The difference in size and strength between you and the child, this is a letter to Adrian Peterson, is significant. Your actions clearly caused physical injury to the child. While an adult may have a number of options, like we talked about, the 4-year-old doesn't have that. Further, the injury inflicted on your son includes the emotional and psychological trauma to a young child who suffers criminal abuse at the hands of his father. Yeah. The repetitive use of a switch in this instant is functional equivalent of a weapon, particularly in the hands of someone with the strength of an accomplished professional athlete.
Right.
Yeah, this isn't somebody's fucking 85-year-old grandmother from the Ukraine or something taking a swing at him. Yeah. I mean, my grandmother used to beat us, and we used to laugh at her because she was small and she didn't really, even with weapons, it hurt, but it wasn't like you're not going to kill us here. Yeah. It was different. Third, we weren't in terror, is what I'm getting at. Yeah. The psychological thing of that is the main part of it. Yeah,
the psychological damage that it does to a child and the nerve damage that it does in the reaction to scenarios. It fucks a child up to where they shake, they piss their pants.
It's not good.
There's horrible things that happen because the brain waves get fucking fucking unwired,
scrambled,
man. It's so fucked up.
Yeah, you're scrambling kids' whole fucking motherboard of what goes on in there and how their CPU fucking sends electrical charges. It's totally different.
They behave and react in normal situations is fucked up now.
Yeah. Goodell also said, you said that you felt very confident with my actions because I know my intent, quote unquote. These comments raise the serious concern that you do not fully appreciate the seriousness of your conduct, or even worse, that you may feel free to engage in similar conduct in the future.
In the future, right.
Yeah. What happens when you put a kid in the hospital and then the league has to explain why we let you back in?
Right.
Now, Peterson says he's just focusing on his relationship with his son. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's right. He said it had been 5 months since he spoke to his 4-year-old son. He said somewhere deep inside him, Peterson believes he knew what awaited him on the other end of the line, but he couldn't be sure until he placed that call last week. This is from the Greenville News, by the way.
Yeah, he certainly won't be. He won't look at that kid and feel contempt towards him ever.
I would. Never. No.
No.
Yeah. Never. He said Peterson said when he got on that phone, he said, "Hey, Dad." I was like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" "I'm doing okay." I was like, "I love you." He was like, "I love you too, Dad. Can I come over to your house?" Peterson hopes he'll get to see the boy in person in the coming weeks, the end of a tumultuous period in both their lives, and when Peterson hopes will be a new beginning for him as a parent. Yeah. Okay. So he said he'll be back on the field one day. He's sure of it. Even after the NFL suspended the Vikings running back Tuesday for the rest of the season in light of his no contest plea. He said he'll still be back, though.
All right.
It doesn't even matter. He said it's all good. Wow, this is interesting. He expressed remorse for injuring his son and maintained he was only disciplining him with a switch from a tree the way he'd been disciplined as a child. He keeps saying, he said, "I won't ever use a switch again." There, finally. Thank you.
What will
That's
you
what we've
use,
been waiting
Adrian?
for. I was going to say, I'm going to use a belt from now on.
Right, because you're not stopping. We know that.
He said there's different situations where a child needs to be disciplined as far as taking a time out, taking their toys away, making them take a nap. There's so many different ways to discipline your kids. Yes, stupid.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in 2014, everyone on fucking earth in the country of the United States of goddamn America knew that.
Yeah.
If you ignore it, you choose to ignore it. You know better.
Yeah.
God damn it. He said in the more than 90-minute phone interview, Peterson's first extensive public remarks since the incident, he spoke with USA Today Sports on a wide variety of topics.
Really? 90 minutes? They got 90 interviews out of him.
Yeah, wow. That paper, they could run that shit for the next 2 years. It's great. Now, on one of them here, this is what he had to say on the comparison to Ray Rice.
Yeah.
He said, "I take full responsibility because I spanked my child, and no matter what my intentions were, I ended up leaving those marks on his legs. That's the bottom line. That's not what I tried to do, but that's what ended up happening. Don't put me in the same category as Ray Rice."
Yeah, she was much bigger.
Yeah, she had much more of an opportunity to fight back. She could have had a knife in her purse. No shit. I completely agree with that. You know what she could also done? Not been with Ray Rice.
Right.
Not that I'm saying it's her fault for being with her, but this kid has no
opportunity to get away.
His mother said, "Here, this is your father's house." The kid has no way to get away.
He has
like
parental rights
said,
to spend time with this child.
Like Goodell said, there's options open to adults that aren't open to 4-year-olds. That's what we're trying to get across here. On Minnesota, he said, "I would love to go back and play in Minnesota to get a feel and just see if my family still feels comfortable there. But if there's word out that, hey, they might release me, then so be it. I would feel good knowing that I've given everything I had in me." Mm-hmm. On Roger Goodell, he said, I would have to take myself out of position of being the judge and jury first and foremost, and have someone who's not biased to the NFL, someone who's independent that comes in and makes an assessment of the situation. But Roger Goodell's, here's the problem, and I'm not saying this is good or bad. Roger Goodell's entire job is to protect the owner's money. That's it.
Yes. Yeah.
The owners hire him. The players don't have a say in it. The owners hire him, and his job is to protect their money. And when he stops protecting their money, when their teams start losing value, he won't be the commissioner anymore.
Nope.
And he makes tens of millions of dollars a year. Mm-hmm. So he has a lot of motivation to make those fucking 32 guys happy.
Absolutely.
All the time. So that's the league that you signed up for. Mm-hmm. It's not fair, but that's the entity. And find another way to make $11 million a year and knock yourself out. I don't know.
And unfortunately, that's what it is. When you sign up for this gig, you don't get to punch out. There's no off the clock with this.
Nope. He said, I think that right there would alleviate a lot when it comes down to someone being able to sit down, hear both parties, not be biased toward one or the other, and then make their recommendation on what they feel based off what they've learned, based on the evidence they've been presented with, and then be able to come from there. But he said his main focus is repairing his relationship with the people around him here. Mm-hmm. He said, no one knows how I felt when I turned my child around after spanking him and seeing what I left on his leg. We do, because your text said pretty much what you felt, which was whooped a little extra,
you're going to be mad
bad.
at me for his leg, but I'm proud of him because he didn't cry.
That's what you said.
That's what you said.
Yeah, you didn't say,
that doesn't sound like remorse.
Nope. That sounds
like you're proud that you raised a good soldier.
Sounds like pride in both you and him.
Yeah.
And his ability to be so abused by now that he takes it that way.
My hard work has turned my child into Private Gomer Pyle, and I'm proud
into a prisoner. Yeah, into Matthew Modine.
Yeah.
Perfect. Excellent.
Not the guy that sang in a weird voice, more the guy from Full Metal Jacket.
Yes. Not
Pyle.
Stranger Things Matthew Modine, not Papa. We're talking Pyle.
Yeah.
Private Pyle. So they said no one knows that Dad sat there and apologized to him, hugged him, and told him that I didn't mean to do this to you and how sorry I was. I love my son. I love my kids, my family. Like I said after I took the misdemeanor plea, I take full responsibility for my actions. I regret the situation. I love my son more than any one of you could ever even imagine.
Yeah. I take full responsibility for a misdemeanor when behaving feloniously.
So a source says that he doesn't testify at the hearing. He didn't testify at his appeal hearing, according to a person familiar with the case against the NFL. He gave a statement, said the person who spoke to the Associated Press on the condition of anonymity. Peterson left without comment after spending more than 3 hours at the hearing. His attorney said only that the hearing will continue Thursday. He's seeking reinstatement. Here they called it the whole thing unprecedented, arbitrary, and unlawful, his punishment. Wow. That's what's going on there. December 5th, 2014, Adrian Peterson hearing over after 2 hours. Mm-hmm. So here it is. And, they all want the NFLPA just says we just want fairness for Adrian. That's all we want. December 15th, 2014, Adrian Peterson to NFL executives, quote, how much more you all want? Not y'all, you all want.
Oh.
Yeah. He said, how much more you all want from me? You know what I'm saying? That's what he said.
I know what you're asking.
Yeah, he said, well, how much more do you want? The transcript of the phone calls, Peterson called Troy Vincent, the league's executive vice president for football operations, and also, I think, former Miami Dolphins wide receiver, if I'm not mistaken, to get a firm idea of how many games he would be suspended. While Vincent tried to convince Peterson to meet with Goodell and other NFL executives to talk about his progress and expectations to move past the whole thing, the transcripts of the phone calls used in Peterson's unsuccessful appeal of his suspension were provided to the AP by a person familiar with the case. There's a leaker there like crazy. The person provided the transcripts on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to release them. Oh. The conversations, that's not good, took place after Peterson pleaded no contest in Texas here. Let's see. So he never thought these were going to be publicly ingested, which is fun. So Peterson, the NFL Players Association, and the league are at odds over what these conversations meant. An arbiter, however, sided with Goodell in the NFL last week in saying that Vincent didn't promise any specific discipline, and the NFL didn't retaliate against Peterson for not attending the meeting. Mm-hmm. Vincent told Peterson he took Peterson's suggestion of being suspended an additional 2 games to others in the NFL. He said they responded favorably if Peterson agreed to meet and get things back on track so everyone could move forward. Vincent said there's different people, different motives. We've got to get you back on the football field, get your family back together, restore your life. Once this thing is done, there's no more going back. So Peterson floated 2 other ideas in this transcript for discipline. Here's some ideas I think you should discipline me.
Yeah.
Allowing his 9 games missed to serve as his suspension while tying any future suspension to whether he violated his probation or sitting out 1 more game while being fined his salary for an additional game.
Yeah.
Vincent testified that he visited Peterson at his home in Texas because he felt the star running back needed some help, according to the arbiter. The conversations between Vincent and Peterson were informal. The 2012 MVP at one point hinted he may retire. Quote, I have so many other options and stuff going through my head, too. I was just thinking about hanging it all up as well. Vincent responded to him by encouraging him by saying, you got to go to the grave empty, and God has given you so much talent and he's given you ability. So
yeah, you've still got
leave it on the table.
A third of tank.
You got a third tangle, yeah, totally. Yeah. So the union sues the NFL in mid-December now. Now it's a full-blown lawsuit.
He pled guilty took a deal with the NFL, and now he's challenging it?
He didn't really take a deal. He was handed
a suspension.
Yeah, which when you sign up to be a player, part of your contract is if you fuck up.
Yeah.
Goodell's the guy who fucking tells you what you're suspended, and then if you appeal it, it goes to the people he appointed to do the appeals, and that's what it is. The NFL's like its own little country. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird. So the petition was held filed Monday in Minnesota, where the NFLPA has gone to contest labor matters with the league.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So that's what's going on. The union argued that Henderson's decision was biased, unfair, and contrary to the collective bargaining agreement. So in 2014, he plays in one game with 75 yards.
Wow.
Not good. Not good at all. 0 touchdowns and one child with fucked up legs. So that's his whole season.
So then he went to the courts to sue the league, essentially, right?
Yes. Because he knows he's suspended for the rest of the year, but he's thinking he would like to call that even at that point and be able to come back next year in the first game. Whereas Goodell's saying you're kind of suspended indefinitely until you show improvement.
You're suspended until your behavior changes and you show us that you've grown from this.
That you've gone through all this shit, and basically that you're not gonna do this again.
Right,
is what it is, because they're saying that you're costing the league money by doing this because you're dinging our reputation. So
and our two biggest assaulters in the league play for teams whose color is purple. And you both beat people purple. What the fuck?
What the fuck happened there? So, man. January 15th, the Vikings Spielman says any team would want Peterson. Okay. That's the general manager, Rick Spielman, not the old Lions.
Chris?
The old Lions linebacker, Chris Spielman. He vouched for the suspended running back Wednesday here and said that any NFL team would want him in the backfield. Spielman expects a motivated Peterson to move past this scandal that banished him for 15 games. He said, but was non-committal about him returning to Minnesota while he sues for reinstatement. He said, I know Adrian is a good person just being around him. I know he's done a lot of good in this community. What he did, he just came out and said he made a mistake. But barely. But also then not really. He did it, then he was like, but also,
The mistake he's saying he made is that he used the wrong apparatus that caused too much damage.
Went a little too hard. I should have picked a better switch. That's what he said. The Spielman was asked during his postseason media session whether he wanted Peterson back, and he said, I don't know if there's a team in the NFL that wouldn't want Adrian Peterson on the football team. I know that he's a pretty good player. Yeah. First-year coach Mike Zimmerman said after the season he wanted Peterson back after the Vikings finished 7-9. I bet. He's scheduled to earn $12.75 million in 2015 with a salary cap hit of $15.4 million. He can't apply for reinstatement until April 15th, more than a month after free agency starts and teams start shaping their rosters. So he's saying if the Minnesota doesn't want me, I don't get the initial rush of the free agent market.
Right.
So the NFL Players Association sued the league to overturn, obviously. Spielman, the general manager, said, is there a resolution? Not right now. Alls I know is where we stand today. I'm sure it's going to change, but until those things change, until things get resolved, right now we have Adrian Peterson, who is under contract next year, who's currently suspended by the NFL, and that's pretty much all I can go into. Now, in March, he turns 30.
Fuck.
For a running back, that's a big deal.
That's 72.
Yeah, and that's the way the league looks at them.
Yeah.
Which is wild because there's a lot of guys that were plenty productive after 30, but they're just looking at the average. The average running back is breaking down at 30. But, Walter Payton played till he was 35, and
Peterson's
Smith played,
far from
Edgerrin
the average
James.
running back.
That's what I'm saying. He's definitely not the average guy. And this year off that's a year off. That's one less year of wear and tear on the body.
Right.
So,
and a year.
He's actually 29 in football terms.
Yeah, and a year to maybe help recover and regenerate some of the muscle damage that's been done over the last 10.
You just didn't take a beating for the first time since you were 8.
Right. Who knows
you
what
took beatings before that, but they were from your dad, not from
Yeah, they were with a switch.
From linebackers. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows what help that's done to his body.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. So they said that the layoff is intriguing. Spielman said, the only thing I would say about Adrian is Adrian's maybe one of the most unique players I've ever been around.
Yeah.
Which he is. He's a beast of a fucking running back. He really is. They said in 2012 he was returning from a complete surgical knee construction and expected to ease back into the competition. Instead, he set the Vikings single-season rushing mark with 2,009 yards there. So, yeah, they said everybody had talked about, well, he's not going to be the same after the ACL, and that was his best year coming back from that. Knowing Adrian, I know that he's going to want to come back and play. He's going to play at a very high level when he comes back. I'm anticipating that. While the locker room and football operations are united behind Peterson, it remains unclear how Vikings ownership and business executives, the sponsors they mean, would feel about welcoming back their one-time franchise player. Spielman said, this is our situation. There's nothing you can do about it. I always look at things and say, okay, what's the situation? And then how do we handle them? And that's all we can do. Yeah, you can't change what's happened. He said a lot of it will depend on Adrian's situation, but I also know just initially as I've started putting a little bit of the draft stuff together, it's also a pretty good running back class this year. I think it's one of the better running back classes in depth-wise that's come out in a while. So, hey, we might not even need him. That's what that is. Yeah. So let's end it there, and then we'll conclude Adrian Peterson next week. So this was the child abuse rubber match here.
Unbelievable. What an episode. Second one. It is just all him beating a kid.
It's just him whooping a kid's ass. 2 hours of him. He beat the shit out of a kid. He's a scumbag. Is he getting back in the league or not? But hopefully you enjoyed that.
I mean, what had happened, it was all they talked about for an entire fucking week. So it makes sense that it would take up 2 hours to recap it.
It was 2 goddamn years of that shit of people. And I am going to, by the way, before next week's show, I'm going to pull a bunch of quotes from people about this, people's opinions about this that were on television. Like you said, Charles Barkley,
Chris Carter.
That way we don't. Because I remember Michael Irvin talking about it specifically, but I don't remember if it was Shannon Sharp, and I don't want to cast aspersions on people who may have been anti-child abuse and say they love beating kids. That's not cool.
We don't need to say Shannon Sharpen is a champion for child abuse.
Yeah, we never want to fuck up like that. No. Like, if someone deserves it, we will fucking ding them hard and make fun of them for 2 hours about it. But if they don't deserve it, we don't want to be the assholes leveling some.
I do know Charles Barkley said this is what you do in the South, and he clarified whoopings are what made me who I am, and that is, I don't know that I'm not quoting that. I'm saying that he said whoopings are what I got, and that's why I'm successful. Something.
Adrian Peterson literally said that's what made me the man I am today.
No, it's not.
It's really not.
It's just not. I promise.
There's other ways. So anyway, there you go, everybody. Part 3, we will wrap up Adrian next week. And he's not done being arrested yet. Don't worry about that. Don't you even worry about that. He's got a lot more to do.
I will tell you,
learned
James,
nothing.
Whoopings are why I shake when there's confrontation. So if you ever see me it's because I'm raging and I can't wait to lash out. And that's because I would get beaten and I had no chance to lash out.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's a crazy reaction that I have, and I hate that I have it because it's a super tell when somebody's fucking with me or when I feel threatened. When I am seen shaking, that's a tea kettle about to pop.
See, I've gotten physically aggressive real quick in the past because that's what was kind of I mean, my grandmother pulled a knife on a guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I was raised. Like, it's a different type of thing. But as I've grown up, though, I've realized that maybe take a step back for a moment. You know, like over the last 20 years or so, I've said, wow, that's really crazy. You shouldn't be doing that. Take a step back. And
just calm down.
Maybe there's a calm way to handle this. Maybe you can just laugh at it. Because that's what I'll do now. I'll just laugh at shit. Like, get the fuck away. I don't even care anymore. Like, I don't care anymore. Right? That's the way it is with that shit. I'm too Too fucking,
too far beyond
too
it all.
in my 40s to give a shit about it.
Yeah.
Don't care. Fuck off.
Isn't that nice?
So,
I'm too buried in these 40s to give a shit.
You burn out. There's a lot of that energy just burn. We talked on Small Town Murder a lot about how jealousy burns off as you get older.
Yeah, thank God.
Jealousy, rage, for most people, normal people, that shit burns off like the San Francisco Bay fog does by noon. You know what I mean? It burns off.
California fucking marine layer.
It's totally like that. So anyway, if you like this episode, tell everyone about it. Get everyone, whatever app you're listening on, give us 5 stars and do all that shit. Tell your friends, post on social media. Keep crime and sports alive and well, everybody, and thriving. So do that. And certainly head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. You can get tickets for all these Small Town Murder live shows and the one Your Stupid Opinion live show, which if you're listening to this the week this comes out, is next week. Next week. Yeah, the 21st of March in Phoenix at Stand Up Live. So get there for that. There's also the next Small Town Murder show that has tickets available is Denver on May 2nd. Salt Lake City and Phoenix are sold out. Sorry about that.
Wait.
Buffalo also sold out, and Royal Oak on May 30th. And then there's Milwaukee, Minneapolis, Dallas, Sacramento, San Jose, Terrytown, and Boston. So get your asses in there, get some tickets. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Also tons of merch in there, too.
Oh, yeah.
All sorts of crime and sports stuff. A lot of new stuff, too, on there. So check all that shit out and hang out with us on there. Follow on social media at Crime and Sports. Also, definitely get yourself Patreon. My God.
Yeah.
I mean, it's $5 a month. Anybody $5 a month or above. So that's an advantage to us, obviously. Sure. But we definitely try to give you more than your money's worth is what we're trying to do here. First of all, as soon as you subscribe, you get a mountain of bonus episodes you've never heard before. Hundreds of episodes to catch up on. Like a whole nother crime and sports and small town.
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy. So you'll get all of those. Then every other week you get 2 new ones, one crime and sports, one small town murder, and you just get them all.
You bet.
So it's great stuff. This week, what you're going to get for crime and sports, I believe it's Patrick Beauger. He was a boxer, biker guy who also was involved. There was a lot of murder stuff going on, and we'll talk about all that. Plus, we got a couple updates for you. And then for Small Town Murder, we are going to talk about alpine divorces. Yeah. Which, if you don't know what this is, imagine just telling your spouse that, hey, we should go out like hiking. We should go out in the woods. Yeah. And then you go out in the woods and then you go, wow, look at that waterfall. That's beautiful. And then when they turn and look at it, you run away and never come back.
You should go hiking forever without me.
Without me. You should get home on your own. So that's going to be crazy to talk about. Patreon.com/crime in sports. And in addition to all of that, you also get everything we put out, Crime and Sports, Your Stupid Opinions, and both Small Town Murder episodes, all ad-free with your Patreon. Ad-free. And you get a shout-out at the end of the show, which is right goddamn now. Jimmy, do me a favor. Hit me with the names of the most wonderful goddamn people on this earth who keep this show going over and over again. Hit me with them right goddamn now.
This week's executive producer, Gary Howard in Dunbar, West Virginia. He's working
shit,
again.
Gary.
Antonio Macias. Happy birthday, Antonio. That's nice of you. Thank you.
Antonio.
And Amanda Ribello. Hey, check your Patreon and make sure you meant to do that. I'm not going to get too specific, but you're an angel if you did, and thank you so much.
Either way, you're an angel if you thought of us at all.
Other producers this week are Matt Studer. Thank you so much, Matt. He felt that Patreon was too cheap, so he sent a little bit extra money over.
That's sweet. We appreciate that. Thank you.
You're an angel, Matt. An angle
and
also.
An angle.
Peyton Meadows, happy hour, checking in Laredo, Texas. Ryan Bender, Janice Hill, Liliana Ashian. Thank you, Liliana.
You.
Oh, no, maybe it was happy birthday, Liliana. Maybe not.
Happy birthday.
I don't know. I think it is, though. I think that's from her husband.
Maybe. I think so. If it's not your birthday, Liliana, you don't take that. You give it to somebody else,
you
goddammit.
Throw it right back. You
don't take someone else's happy birthday away.
Return the favor. Abby Jackson, Tom the meth maker, meth smoker, Vikna Shinsky.
I like it when people are honest about who they are.
He does what he does. Shauna Matthews, Adele Durham, Connor Peterson, Latrice Smith. Better than Latrine. You think Latrine's bad? He used to be Shithouse.
Used to be shit house.
Kem Salker, C. Waggles, Miles Wright, Juan de la Norte. I don't know if you know, James, but that is Juan of the North.
Of the North. Of the North.
Janet L. Brent with no last name. Chris Sundberg, Jeff Turner, Rachel Kerr, Missy Minerath, Dustin Sepulveda, Andrea Davis, or maybe Andrea, Jennifer Ann Fowler, Bruce with no last name, Becky with no last name, Mike Ockesmall, James. That's definitely a person's name, and they're not trying to make me tell a terrible fact about me.
No. That's on the birth certificate. We know that.
Kath G.S., Dylan Oliver, Rebecca Herring, Mike Poole, Michael Keating perhaps, Grace Schoonmaker, Kels Eggenspiller, Amanda Dunham-Smith, Dunham, perhaps, Dunham, Hillary with no last name, Sarah with no last name, Ryan James, Bailey Kelly, Eric with an A. Get the fuck out of here. Leo Rapaki.
Eric.
Lorray, 763, Joseph Jamoka, Melissa Jasavius, Jessa Vicious, Jece, Hasavicius, Ryan Jason, Catherine Simmons. I've done my part. Vincent with no last name.
I said he'll fuck up your last name. I say it.
Fucking hard.
He's going to mispronounce your name. So anything above that, you're going above and beyond the Call of Duty.
I'm going so hard, I'm swinging.
Any effort is what we promised.
Nicole Anderson. Samto. Ella, Jennifer Binns, Jennifer Lee, Lena with no last name, Charlie Herman, Jason Rogers, Heather with no last name, Christine Phantom Creep, Bridget Parker, Steve Richards, Marie and Mike, Angie H, Stefania Garzone, P Crime, whatever that is, Penis Crime, Jared Warren, Patricia Bivens, Jason Gardner, Tanya Cook, Chuck with no last name, Austin Van Dyke, Shelley Ramirez, Westo with no last name, Rachel M, Ham with no last name, Trina Wilson, Madison Angelo, Emma Cobes, the Mint Bar and Grill, wherever that is. It didn't give a location, just the Mint Bar and Grill. You can Google it. It's possibly one in your area. Rashad Sharif, Cheryl Henry, Leslie Aguilar, Jenna Rock, Dustin Laughin, Heather Beal, John M. Smoochie Tulips, Jocelyn Wheaton, Caitlin Canago, Sheila B., Megan with no last name, Andrea Silva, Rusty Bikes, with a bunch of numbers in there. That's Rusty Bikes, though, I think.
Rusty Bikes.
MLJ, Kevin Slaba. He has 2 patrons. Wow. Kevin, if you meant to do that, thank you. Otherwise, just want to let you know you did it twice. Aaron Ross.
Check it out.
Annie, West Virginia, or just Annie WV. Jake Sims, Lainey Munson, Phoenix Trinity, Maria Hill, Jesse Boggs. Nope, that's just Jess Boggs. Melissa Zook, Mike Mahiski, Becca Eric, Brianne Langford, Carrie Kirtley, Jordan Hockenberry, Sarah with no last name, Jody Settle, Kyle Dempsey, Michael with no last name, Odd Mickelson, Courtney Surratt, Jennifer Osborne, Felipe T, Hannah Catrone, Johnny O, Tom with no last name, Nate Taylor, Lindsay Steele, Jay Johnston, Danielle Bower, Lexi Z, Victoria O, Desiree Newton, and Slicka Blemmy. Slick a Blame. And all of our patrons. Thank you.
I give up. Thank you so much, you wonderful bastards. We appreciate the shit out of every goddamn thing you do for us. Thank you so much. Just thank you. Mm-hmm. Keep coming back and seeing us week after week. We are going to do the Scummies one of these weeks, too. Yeah. So it is award season. The spring is here. It's award seasons. We are getting our tuxedos cleaned and altered as we speak, getting it real nice and ready to wear. So, keep coming back and seeing us. You want to follow us on social media, shutupandgivememurder.com has drop-down menus. It'll take you anywhere you need to go. That said, keep coming back and seeing us. Come back next week to clean up Adrian Peterson. And live from the Crime and Sports Studios, we will see you next week.
Bye.